teams in the United States. The Brawley Wildcats, the Central Spartans are going to tee it up tonight. And not only the Bell that currently resides in El Centro, but the Imperial Valley League Championship is also on the line tonight. And also significant playoff implications for the teams involved in tonight's game. The Wildcats come in 7-2 on the league, on the year, 3-0 in the league. The Central Spartans are 3-0 in the league, and they are 5-4 record-wise. And we mentioned Brawley 7-2. Well, one of that losses was against Mater Dei. Okay, Mater Dei, well, in the open section in San Diego, Mater Dei is ranked number 5. And the Wildcats lost to them. Brawley, a Division III school, so in effect 4 divisions higher. They also lost at Valley Center, and a game that they very well could have won, but it's been that kind of a season. The Central Spartans, their pre-league games, for the most part, they played some pretty tough teams. And coach philosophy on that is typically play some good teams. Let's see how tough you are. Let's see what we can learn. Let's see what we can do. What we can do is come back with more of our festivities after this.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted. The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Okay, John Driffill, the Bell game. We've done a few of these, and on paper, the teams are going to match up pretty well. We have been impressed. We have seen Brawley. We have seen Central. We've been impressed by both teams. What do you have?
Well, one thing that we can definitely see Brawley is doing this year that they have not done in all the years that we've been doing this, 37 of them to be exact, is they throw the football. Their quarterback, Gutierrez, has already thrown for more than 1,000 yards, and that's just something that you wouldn't see from a Brawley team ever. But that's what they've decided to develop. He's a third-year starter as a junior. He's got some really good receivers, young receivers, some sophomores and juniors out there with him. But Brawley's got that passing game going this year. They're obviously got the running game with Isaiah Young, leading ball carrier in the Valley. And he's
No, Charlie Sullivan is.
So you got the numbers there?
I got the numbers, John. I'm not going to say that unless
go
I
ahead.
can
What are
back
the
it
numbers?
up. Charlie Sullivan with 798 yards. Isaiah Young, 608. However, right behind Charlie Sullivan, Ethan Gutierrez, the Brawley quarterback, with 736 yards rushing. So, okay, I didn't mean to jump on you, John, but...
no, go ahead. And I was also wondering, what is Young's yard per carry?
Yards per carry is 5.8 for Isaiah, 5.1 for Charlie Sullivan, 10.2 for Ethan Gutierrez.
Right, as the quarterback, and a lot of that is on undesigned scramble plays. But many people think that Young will be playing next year on Saturdays in the college division. But so Brawley, they've got the team. They're full of what they always have, which is power for the run game. They run that option. They've also got the passing this year. Central, on the other side, they have speed. This is one of the fastest Central teams we've seen in recent memory. They're skill position players. Again, some of them quite young. Their quarterback also a junior. But they do a very good job of spreading the field out, throwing the football. And as you mentioned, Charlie Sullivan, sometimes he'll take the snap from center on the Wildcat. So we see two distinctly different styles, but they both want to accomplish the same thing, and that is to control the ball, move it down the field, and score.
Okay, John, the officials are set for this evening. We're waiting for the Spartans to come out on the field. The Wildcats came down on buses, and they are lined up in the western end zone. The Spartans will come out of the locker room to the east. Our referee tonight, wearing the white hat, Jesse James Jackson, J.J. Jackson. Nathan Binkins is the umpire, Randy Ross, the line judge, James Bentley, the back judge, and Gabriel Castro, the head linesman. And the officiating crew is an all-star crew, and we expect that that will come through in tonight's game. You mentioned 78th meeting for the Bell game, John, but these two teams have been meeting since, 1922, you said?
Yes, they will have their 100th anniversary next year when Central plays up in Brawley, and we have already been told that Brawley's got some festivities planned for that. You also mentioned that this is one of the longest-going rivalries in the nation. Actually, no two high schools have ever played more times against each other than Brawley and Central. The exact number can't get it pinned down, but it's over 170 times because Central and Brawley used to play twice a year in the preseason, and then they'd have the Bell game. And they did that all the way up until 2004. So that's how they were able to put together or string together a series of playing each other more than any other high schools in this country. Also, Carroll, you mentioned the Bell game, big news, etc. The first Bell game, 1944. But this also has implications for the playoffs. We can take a look at what the playoffs are doing. First, Brawley and Imperial, both in Division III, they both are in the playoffs. That means regardless of what happens tonight here or when Imperial plays Calexico, they will both be seated in the playoffs. However, their games can determine whether or not they will have a home game. Looking at Central, their situation's a little bit differently. Central right now is seeded 10th. 12 teams make the playoffs. There are 4 teams directly behind Central. Point Loma, a team Central beat, is the 13th team. Morris, Bishop, and Vista. And Vista did beat Central. So we look at those teams for Central to fall out of the playoffs. 2 of those teams would have to move up, and Central would have to drop from the 10th spot to the 13th spot. Point Loma plays Christian tonight. Central played both of those schools. You've got to favor Christian in that. Morris plays San Diego High School. They're seated right above Central at the number 9 spot. That's a toss-up. Bishops is playing Orange Glen. You'd expect Bishops to pull out that victory. And Vista is playing Carlsbad. Carlsbad is the number 1 rated team in all of San Diego. So it looks like Vista probably will fall there. So if we put together what the projections look like, the worst Central could come out, even with the loss, they'd still be ranked 12th. They'd go on the road next week to have a playoff game. Throughout the Valley, Southwest and Vincent, both in Division 4, do not have a shot at the playoffs. Palo Verde, Hopeville, Calexico are in Division 5. Not only will they all be in the playoffs, but right now Palo Verde is the number 1 seed in the playoffs for Division 5. Calapat is the only Division 5 team in the Valley that is out of the playoffs.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-thru car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 Express wash to the $9 Deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 Premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The Central Spartans have taken the field. The Brawley Wildcats have now taken the field. The officials are gathering at the 50-yard line, and the captains will be out there momentarily. And then we're going to have a football game. We mentioned Charlie Sullivan, the Spartan running back, leading the Imperial Valley League, 798 yards. Ethan Gutierrez, second in the league, 736. And for the most part, Charlie Sullivan is the guy that gets the pigskin, and he's the one that does all the heavy lifting. When it comes to passing, well, a little bit different story. The leading passer, well, guess what? It would be the Spartans, and it would be the Spartans' Damian Rodriguez, who is the leading passer in the Imperial Valley League. And not far behind him is the Wildcats quarterback, and Ethan Gutierrez has been pitching at a 57% completion ratio. And out on the field with the officials for the ceremonial coin toss with the players are a number of El Centro police officers, and they are, I believe, representing Efrain Coronel, an El Centro police officer with strong connections to the Central Athletic Program. And J.J. Jackson going over the pregame festivities, and let's see about the toss. J.J. ought to be good at this. He's also a basketball official. So Central won the coin toss. They deferred. The Wildcats will accept the kickoff. And to start with, they will be going from west to east across your dial. And speaking of the kickoff, we will have that coming up shortly.
Priority registration for Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session begins February 14th.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Well, John, as we've said, the 78th rendition of the Bell game. The Bell first appeared in 1944, as you mentioned. And, well, it has been the object that has been coveted by those in the North End, those in the South End. And anytime you get some Brawley folks together with some El Centro folks, you're going to find a lot of talk about, hey, when we were in school, this is what happened with the Bell game. The Spartans will kick off, and getting set to do the kicking will be Miles Rodriguez.
Yeah, actually getting a little head start, Carroll, a few minutes before 7, so that's unusual.
And the kick is away, and it'll be fielded at the 10-yard line, out to the 15 to the 20, finds a seam down the near sideline, and stepped out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Daniel Camille with the return. So the Wildcats will start off with excellent field position, John.
Yeah, Camillo is a junior. He's also one of their wide receivers. They have 4 wide receivers, which is a different look from the veer that we used to see from the Brawley Wildcats. So Coach John Self showing that he's able to adapt to the times as Brawley comes out with 4 wideouts, 2 to the right, 2 to the left.
Ethan Gutierrez from the shotgun. Isaiah Young is right next to him. Young at 205 pounds, a bruising running back. Young with the ball right up the middle across the 40, the 50, shows some speed out across the 50 to the 45-yard line before he is brought down. And on the tackle, Skylar Cook with some help from Rodolfo Lizzola.
20-yard pickup on first down. You certainly have to like that for Brawley. As you look at the Central defense, that time Brawley with 5 down linemen, Central with only 4, so you had 5 blocking 4 and opened a huge hole.
And as I pointed out, Young, and we did not see him. He did not play the game against Southwest that we did earlier. But it is 1st and 10 Brawley from the Spartan 45-yard line. Long snap count. Gutierrez moving people around. Now he's got the ball. He fakes it to Young, pitches it off in the flat, and it is Camille with the catch, pitch and catch, a 6-yard gain out to the 39-yard line. They'll spot it right on the 40, so a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
That play was set up by the previous 20-yard run by Young, as the fake was to Young, and Gutierrez just threw it out in the flat. Central had to get out there and chase him down. Good team speed. Young is going to the sideline, so perhaps that ankle is still giving him some trouble.
And it is Gutierrez who pitches on the option, and that is Tanner Carranza. And Carranza is was the featured back in the game at Southwest. And the option there, the idea that Gutierrez could toss it, but he just pitched it back to Tanner Carranza, Carranza is a junior.
And his father was a student here at Centro, played professionally baseball, and now is the coach at Brawley. So that's why his son is attending Brawley.
Trips on the right side. Gutierrez moves Carranza from the pistol. Hands off Carranza right up the middle, and he runs the way he did against Southwest, picks up 10 yards, and it's just shy of a first down. It'll be second and a half yard. The Wildcats come out moving the ball smartly after getting excellent field position.
4-play drive, Carroll. They're moving the ball right down the field. Huge gains of 20, a pass for 5, and then 6 and 9. So they're moving the ball without much resistance.
Again, the pistol. Gutierrez pointing things out. Takes the snap and keeps it, finds a hole, spins, and is wrestled down at the 15. That's good for the first down. Skylar Cook again on the tackle.
10-yard gain on that play there. It was a great belly option fake to Tanner Carranza, and then, as we've seen throughout his career as a 3-year starter, that we do have young Beck in the lineup, but Gutierrez showed all of his varsity experience as he made a nice spin move, picked up 10 yards.
Wildcats come out. Gutierrez under center, unbalanced, strong to the left side. And Gutierrez hands off to Young, and he powers his way inside the 10.
Brawley getting huge amounts of yards each snap. That time picked up, it looks like at least 6, maybe 7.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. And again, it is Young, Isaiah Young into the end zone. Touchdown. The Wildcats go 55 yards and put points on the board on their first possession.
4 first downs in that drive, and there was not much resistance. 7-play drive, 6 of them on the ground as Brawley smartly moved down the field, wanted to take control here in the early going.
Point after attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We've got 8:05 to play in the first quarter. Our score, it is Brawley 7, Central coming to bat.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Play the Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Balfour Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast to lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
Well, the Wildcats drive down the field, put points on the board, and they are set to kick off. Deep to receive, Elijah Perez and Arturo Estrada.
Brawley playing power football. Carroll just marched it right down the field, error-free football.
Short, high punt, or kick, and it is picked up at the 30, and spun down is Gavin Marini. So Marini will pick up about 5 yards on the short kickoff. It looked more like a punt.
Well, Brawley doesn't want to kick it deep, but as we look at starting positions, Brawley started on their 35, Central started on their 34, so, yard difference isn't much. Let's see now, Central needs to do something to respond. Brawley certainly is fired up, obviously, right now.
Damian Rodriguez from the shotgun. Charlie Sullivan right next to him. Puts Marini in motion. And fake it to Sullivan. Fire over the middle. It is complete to Cook. And Cook will pick up 11, 12 yards out to the 46-yard line. It'll be a first down. Skylar Cook slant right over the middle.
And we do expect to see Skylar Cook more involved in the offense. He has been playing that H-back. Now he's split out wide receiver. If you remember his first 2 years here at Central as a freshman sophomore, he was a wide receiver.
Cook goes in motion, and the Wildcats jump and plant the center.
Yeah, shouldn't be much problem to call him that one.
Julian Ramirez took a seat as he was hit by the middle guard.
That will move the ball into Brawley territory. 1st and 5 for the Spartans.
Spotted on the 49 in Wildcat territory. Garcia on top of your screen, wide right. Snap back, looking to pass with time. Rodriguez fires downfield and flags all over the place as Skylar Cook took a shot in the ribs, and that was not only pass interference, but it could be targeting on Aiden Torres.
Yeah, we're going to get a decision here now as Skylar Cook was wide open. So the young man on him, Robert Platt, is a sophomore, had a hard time keeping up with him. And then after the ball was thrown long, then the other player came in with a very late hit. I don't believe they're discussing targeting like we saw last week, but first we've got the pass interference. They're going to march it down 15 yards, and I believe that's all they're going to do. They put the ball on the 35.
Spotted on the 35. I know in the pros it's a spot foul. It is not that in high school.
And actually, they call that a 14-yard penalty as it was from the 49 to the 35.
Perez in motion, but the handoff is right up the middle, and that would be Charlie Sullivan. And Charlie Sullivan will pick up about 4 yards, getting up and limping to the sidelines. Alan Carrillo for the Wildcats.
Tyler Cook still on the sidelines, trying to see if they can get that last hit, rub it out.
He took a shot to the ribs and kind of a blind side. 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Rodriguez looking, has time. He'll keep it, goes right up the middle, and finds his way down to about the 27-yard line.
That's something that Rodriguez is going to have to do tonight is when he sees his receivers covered, as Brawley does drop back in a 2-deep zone, there will be opening positions as we're going to get the Wildcat here on 3rd and short.
Rodriguez comes out. Damian is his first name, and when they come out in the Wildcat, it'll be Charlie Sullivan, and he's got 2 guys right in front of him, and we're going to have no flag? The guy came running in from the sideline, running forward.
Yeah, he's behind the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if they saw him. JJ's asking about that. The play did enough for the first down as Central actually ran that play with 10 players. And Sullivan is going to get credited with a rush all the way down inside the 30, put the ball on the 24-yard line.
There came off the sideline running towards the line of scrimmage, which is illegal procedure. It's illegal motion.
Right, you can't run forward.
Nobody saw it. It was behind the officials. Now
we get another offside against Brawley as Brawley is showing effects now perhaps a little bit too high. They need to get their emotions under control.
Spotted on the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 18. Sullivan from the Wildcat. Sullivan with the ball, and he'll be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. A big hit in there by a big guy, Anthony Arriaga. Arriaga stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, the snap was a little bit high, so Sullivan actually had to leave his feet to bring it down, and that way he didn't really have traction to take off. And Brawley collapsed right between the 2 guards in the center. No place to go, so Rodriguez back out on the field. It is second down and still 5.
Rodriguez back to pass, looking, fires, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Arturo Estrada. Estrada in the end zone and was open. It would have been a very good catch had he made it.
Yeah, that's something we have not seen recently, is the Central receivers not coming up with the big catch. Estrada, only a sophomore, and let's credit Brawley. The trailing player did try to get his hand up in his face, his line of sight, to perhaps distract him. So now we have 3rd and 5. We're trying to get a look at the sidelines. I do not see Skyler Cook, other than, yes, he is standing next to the coach, so perhaps if Central can pick up this first down, we'll see Cook back in the game.
Back to the Wildcat. It is Sullivan. Sullivan gets close to the first down. The ball's loose, and the Wildcats recover.
Sullivan picked up 5 yards to get the first down, but he did fumble, so now we have the first turnover of the evening, and in big games, turnovers always have an impact.
It'll be 1st and 10. Wildcats spotted on the...
It's right there on the 14-yard line, so Sullivan did go across the yard to make. He needed to get the ball to the 14, but unfortunately with the fumble, Brawley right there picked it up. And Brawley now, if they can continue with this offensive momentum, Central a little bit back on their heels.
Gutierrez under center. Hands off, and a little bit of a problem on the exchange, but Gutierrez keeps it and stumbles out to the 25-yard line.
That is enough for a first down.
Stuck it in the gut of Isaiah Young. Young grabbed it, but then Gutierrez pulled it back out.
11-yard pickup as Brawley continues to just have huge chunks of yardage. They're getting Gutierrez to top of his game. He's got Young back there as well.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Central still playing 3 down linemen with wide gaps.
Unbalanced line, strong to the left side, and it is Young running to the left side. Young is hit by 3 Spartans and is brought down, and leading the way for the Spartans, Michael Fisher.
And as we see Central's 3 down linemen with huge gaps, Brawley is just putting 5 blockers on 3 defensive players, and that pickup on first down net is 6 yards.
And if you've noticed, John, for the most part, Brawley is going unbalanced on the line. Now they come out balanced, and they go back to the pistol.
Okay, now we have an audible call as Central has changed their defensive alignment.
Gutierrez drops back, fires to the hot receiver, and it is complete to McKay Washington.
Good for a first down. Brawley's 6th on the night.
And you saw Washington let Gutierrez know, hey, nobody's picked me up. Get me the ball quick. And that was what the audible was.
2 for 2 on the night here, nearly going for Gutierrez.
1st and 10. Young, single setback. Dump it off, and it is complete over the middle. And it is Robert Watt with the catch and the first down out to the 47-yard line.
10-yard pickup there on that one.
We've got 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Brawley leads 7-0. They are driving after the turnover. It is Young. Young up the middle, has a nice hold, and then it is quickly closed by Charlie Sullivan.
And yes, that is the same Sullivan that does everything on offense as well.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7, just shy of the midfield stripe. It's high school football. We're live on KXO, El Centro, California, AM 1230, and on the KXO YouTube channel.
That was the shortest amount of gain Brawley's had so far here in the first quarter, 3 yards.
2nd and 7. Gutierrez again.
Another
calling out an audible. And it is Young up the middle. Young stays on his feet, running very low, and rumbles out to about the 41-yard line. Good for another first down.
9-yard pickup as Central's taking a timeout.
We'll take timeout. 1:59 to play in the first quarter. It is Brawley 7, Central nothing.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School. It is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They are driving after they picked up a loose football. Spotted on the 41-yard line of the Spartans.
Skylar Carroll is still on the sideline, standing at the 50-yard line next to Coach Pena.
And Gutierrez, this is something we have not seen from Brawley, a wide-open offense. And that wide-open offense will now move back 5 yards as the tight end picked up before the ball was snapped. And that'll cost them 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
We'll see now. Brawley has not appeared to have any kinds of worry about picking up yardage. So 1st and 15 so far should not give them a daunting task to overcome. Let's see if they stay with the same player, if they've changed it.
Daniel Camillo is wide on the right side. Washington wide on the left. There's an H-back.
We're getting another audible call.
Gutierrez looking, dumps it off. It is complete, and no, it isn't. It was dropped in and out of the hands of Brandon Forrest. And, okay, John, what did he do?
Turned his head, went upfield before he had the ball. And I want to give props to Central because they came in and picked the ball up. There could have been a question of whether or not that was a backwards pass, which would be a live ball, but it was ruled an incompleted forward pass, 2nd and 15.
Again, Camille wide on the right. In the slot is Porras. The handoff right up the middle, and that is Isaiah Young. I almost said Brandon Young.
That would be his father, who is on the sidelines tonight.
Picks up 4, so it'll be 3rd and 11. Really the first 3rd and long that we have seen for the Wildcats, John.
And we would think that Brawley may go for it if they don't pick up the yardage here for the first down, may want to go for it again. Gutierrez is doing a great job of reading the defense of the Spartans and then actually audibling at the line of scrimmage when he sees players that are open for quick passes. Triple wide out to the right side for Brawley.
Young, the single setback from the pistol. Gutierrez looking, fires downfield. It's picked off at the 30, the 40, across the 50-yard line.
And Gutierrez knocks him out of bounds as Centro gets their first turnover.
And it was intercepted by my neighbor. No. Who was that, John?
Well, we're trying to get a number. He's being mobbed, so we haven't been able to get who that is.
I believe it was Joel Gonzalez Valdez. I believe.
Yes, number 23 on the interception.
Turnabout fair play. The Spartans put it in play 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 46-yard line. From the pistol, Marini goes in motion. The handoff to Sullivan. Sullivan right up the middle. This time he's got a little bit of room and picks up about 5. And one of the things over the years, John, I have always been impressed, the conditioning and the strength of the Brawley linemen. They are almost always the stronger on the line out there.
And that's due to the weight room. Central with triple wideouts, including Skylar Cook to the left, the short side of the field.
Stacked on the short side of the field. Rolling to the right side, looking deep downfield, has got Garcia open. Did he catch it?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. The freshman with a catch at the 5. And that's a ESPN highlight film. We'll have to ask Marco if that's going to make it to ESPN.
That puts up Central now inside the 5, obviously with a chance to tie the game with a touchdown and a conversion on the PAT.
And now there's timeout on the field, and we'll take timeout.
I believe that's a quarter, Carroll.
At the end of the first quarter, at the end of one quarter of play, it is Brawley 7, Central nothing.
Priority registration for Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session begins February 14th.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
And the Spartans, following the turnover, have it 1st and goal, and it is on the 4-yard line from the Wildcat. Charlie Sullivan will take the snap. Snap back. Sullivan goes off right tackle. Sullivan gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Charlie Sullivan pulls his way in.
And that time, Central showed their power, Carroll. That was just power blocking right at the point of attack. And Sullivan was hit at the line of scrimmage. Never did go down until he was in the end zone.
So the Spartans answer. They will have the point after attempt. And that will be Miles Rodriguez, who has been pretty good at this.
This has been an adventure this year for the Spartans.
Snap back, kick is up. It is ugly, but it is through. 11:55 to play in the first half. It is Brawley 7 and Central 7.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Spartans are set to kick off. And again, It will be Milas doing the kicking, and it'll bounce at the 15. It's picked up there, looking for a block, getting a block, and cutting upfield, and going out of bounds. On the return, Brandon Porras, and now some pushing and shoving on the sidelines, but that is quickly broken up.
Yeah, Porras is running right down the sidelines. Took a big hit out of bounds, never did leave his feet. One of his teammates felt that the hit was a little bit late, out of bounds. Nice return out to the 40.
It'll be 1st and 10, Wildcats from their own 40-yard line. Washington wide on the left side. In the slot on the left side is Porras. Gutierrez takes it, hands off, and it is Isaiah Young. Young across the 50, the 40, the 30, wrestled down finally at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and that was Skylar Cook that brought him down, and he gets up gimpy on that ankle.
Isaiah Young limping, not putting any weight on his right leg at all. That's why he did not play against Southwest.
Skylar Cook is the one that came across with a clean tackle, rode him down. As I'm not sure if this is timeout or just an injury timeout. Young is down at the 30 now. He can't even get across to his sidelines.
Can't put any weight on that right leg. And again, when we saw Brawley play against Southwest, the game we did, he did not play at all. And at 205-pound running back with that kind of speed, you need a guy like that. Now, he seems to be walking much better. It may just be a cramp, John.
But we'll find out. As Skylar Cook, again, you mentioned Brandon with good speed. Skylar Cook with better speed. He was able to come from the other side of the field and run him down. But that was a great job of Gutierrez running with the football and at the last second letting Young have it as Gutierrez took the big hit.
Tanner Carranza right behind Ethan Gutierrez. Now he moves up next to him. Gutierrez from the shotgun, 1st and 10 Brawley. Handoff it is Carranza. And Carranza to the 21-yard line, so a pickup of about 3. It'll be second, pickup of 2. Second, okay, now they move it back a little bit. It'll be 2nd and 9. We saw a lot of Tanner Carranza against Southwest, and for a backup, he would be starting on many teams.
Yes, he is a very good player, only a junior as well, so next year he will be their featured back. Let's see if Brawley ventures another pass after that interception.
And it is Carranza, the ball's on the ground, and it is covered by Gutierrez. A little bit of a problem on the exchange from Gutierrez to Carranza. The ball went on the ground. It'll be a loss of about 8 yards. Isaiah Young now comes back in, so it was a cramp, John.
And so now we see that's one of the things that can happen with that read pass option is the quarterback Gutierrez holds the ball, and then pulls it out. And that time, Tanner Carranza didn't want to let it go, as he shouldn't, as the initial hit's coming, and the ball popped free. Gutierrez did a good job of picking it up.
3rd and 15. Young right behind Gutierrez. Back to pass. Gutierrez looking, chased out of the pocket, rolls to his left, and stays on his feet down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. It'll be short of a first down.
Yeah, they need to get all the way down to the 13, so he's got about 4th and 5, and I would expect Brawley to go for it, although their kicker is very, very good. He's got a good leg, and he is the senior, George Harrow, but looks like Brawley's decided that instead of foregoing a 35-yard field goal attempt, they're going to go for it.
Spot the ball on the 18. It is 4th and 5.
Brawley might do the same thing, just let Gutierrez make the decision with his own feet, Young in the backfield.
He has made very good decisions to this point. Under center is Gutierrez. Now timeout on the field.
By Brawley.
Brawley takes a timeout. 9 minutes to play in the first half. It is 7-7, Brawley. And El Centro's Central Spartans.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast to lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
We're tied at 7 in the bell game. The Brawley Wildcats, the Central Spartans. Wildcats have it. 4th and 5 on the Spartan 18-yard line. Before the timeout, they came out. They were going to go for it. They come out after their timeout. They're going to go for it. Trips on the right side.
Yeah, that's spreading the field. That Centro right now only has 2 players out there to cover them. So that's why you put the trips. So one less defensive player to worry about.
Isaiah Young, and he gets the ball, and he will not get the first down. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped. And Rodolfo Lizola, one of the leaders on defense, with the initial hit. And the Spartans take over on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. Big stop there, John. Sends a message to the Wildcats.
Also a little surprising after the timeout and everything. I would have expected Brawley to let Gutierrez have his say by just reading the defense, but that was a straight dive play to Young all the way.
Rodriguez from the shotgun puts Gutierrez or Garcia in motion, and Garcia will lose a couple of yards. That play just never really developed, John.
Yeah, it's kind of slow in the handoff, and then Garcia himself, a great receiver, he can run with the football, but when you're back there as a freshman, they're probably going to put that play to bed tonight as Garcia splits wide out to the right side now with triples to the right, one to the left wide out, and that's usually they throw back to the one wide out.
From the shotgun, rolling to his right, looking for Garcia, but throws underneath to Marini, who makes a great catch, and then is hit from behind, and then hit again and again. But he stays on his feet for a pickup of about 8. Spotted on the 30. Did you notice Sergio Garcia beat his man and had a 5-yard lead on him downfield?
Yeah, but at that time, Rodriguez was exclusively looking. He was rolling out to the right, so he would have had to stop and throw back across his body. Brings up 3rd and 2. Very critical play right here. Everybody's in tight, nobody wide. And it is the Wildcat. The Wildcat snap to Sullivan. Sullivan will pick up just a yard. It'll be 4th and 1. And the Wildcats trying to pry the ball free. One guy's holding him up, another guy yanking on the football. That's what you see every Sunday afternoon in the NFL, John. And now Sullivan drops back as the punter. We've seen him run from this position, but you'd expect on the 26-yard line, he's probably going to want to kick the ball away. Brawley with the pass or the kick rush on. And it's a short kick that'll go out of bounds. It'll net maybe 15 yards, not even that. Yeah, Brawley's going to get excellent field position on the turnover of 4th downs. Spotted on the 38-yard line, still in Spartan territory, so a very short punt with a big rush. Ethan Gutierrez will bring them out. Brawley with their super freshman, Brandon Ports, is a wide out, split out wide to the right. His brother is the center. Gutierrez hands off. No, he doesn't. He fakes it and then fires it over the middle, and it is dropped. Hit him in a bad spot. It's the second one that receiver is dropped. I won't mention his name, but if that's the case, I'm not going to throw him the ball again, John. Skylar Cook on the coverage came across and almost picked up an interception as the ball went through the receiver's hands. Brings up 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped. After starting on fire, 3 for 3, now Gutierrez is 0 for 3, meaning 3 for 6 with an interception.
2nd and 10 from the pistol. Isaiah Young, the single setback. Young with the football. Young right up the middle. Young is dropped. And get a hand around his ankles.
What we do see now, though, we did not see on the first initial drive of the game, is Brawley's not getting 7, 8, 9, 12 yards on a carry. They're getting 3, 4, and 5 yards. So Central has made some adjustments with their men, and they seem to be reading the quarterback and the halfback better.
3rd and 6. Fake it to Young, pass complete, and it is completed to Robert Platt, the sophomore, with the catch and the first down. And that was just a little bit of a slant, John.
11-yard pickup, excellent pass and catch, much like we saw on the first drive. Central is inviting Brawley to throw the football. When Brawley splits 3 wide outs, they're playing a 2-man coverage, which means 2 people are over there, and then the safety is near to that side of the field, but they really have a player uncovered. And Brawley several times has seen Gutierrez audible out of the regular call. Now Gutierrez is up under center.
1st and 10. Young, the single setback. Young with the football. Young, just a straight dive again, John. Picks up 4. Spotted right on the 20. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brawley put triple wideouts to the left and then another flanker on the left side, so they're hoping that Young can break the line of scrimmage and there's no one out there into the end zone, but that time he picked up 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6.
We've got about 5 minutes to play in the first half. We're tied at 7. No surprises there, John. Again, the pistol. Ethan Gutierrez takes the snap. Ethan Gutierrez puts it into the... Now this one's picked off, and this is Skylar Cook. Skylar Cook was the intended receiver. Gutierrez put it in the gut of Young, pulled it back out, fired it over the middle, right into the arms of Skylar Cook, and of course, Skylar Cook knows what to do with it.
Yeah, that may be the last pass we see from Brawley, at least in this half, as that's 2 interceptions now on 7 attempts, as that's why Central is playing that zone. They're playing back there, and if the ball isn't right exactly where it needs to be between that zone, Central has players around it, and that time Skylar Cook caught it and took off.
1st and 10. Cook goes in motion. Handoff Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan hit in the backfield and stopped. He'll lose about 2 yards.
Yeah, we've seen Central do that play, and so has Brawley. They've seen the films as well, as is what Central does is they put in motion Skylar Cook, then he stops, comes back, but then he breaks back to block between the center guard gap. And as soon as Brawley saw Cook stop, they knew exactly where the ball was going, and they went there too.
Garcia wide. On the right in the slot is Marini. Cook goes in motion. Back to pass, looking, firing. It's complete to Marini. Marini gets a block and will bring it out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up about 5, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Because of the loss on first down, the pickup now, the ball is sitting just across the 22-yard line.
The Spartans come out. We're tied 7 each here late in the first half. Empty backfield. And pumping and then being wrapped up and dropped is Rodriguez, but he's able to hang on to the football. And first one in to hit him was Bernie Bustamante, the nose guard.
Centro is going to have negative rushing yardage, perhaps at the half. We still have some time to play. But what happened there is that was supposed to be a quick bubble screen, so all of the defensive linemen were rushing in, and the ball kind of slipped out of Rodriguez's hand, so he just alertly fell down on the ball. But if he completes that pass, they're probably still running with it.
Gets away a high but short kick. It'll bounce at the 30 and roll down to about the 41-yard line where the Spartans down it. The Wildcats will take over first and 10, 2:41 to play in the first half. We're tied at 7. Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand-new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School. And on the play action, it is Gutierrez keeping it. Again, faked the dive to Young. Young got hit by about 4 guys. And Gutierrez rolled out and picked up about 4 yards.
Excellent read by Gutierrez as the defensive end, Martin, collapsed down, and he had Young tackled right at the line of scrimmage, but he didn't have the football because Gutierrez had pulled it back, and then Gutierrez alertly running out of bounds. We remember 2 years ago, Carroll, when Central beat this Brawley team here at this field 41-7. Gutierrez was a freshman. He certainly is a much better ball player tonight than he was 2 years ago, as you would expect.
And it is Young again. Young off the right tackle. Young will pick up. He needed about 7. He got 6.
Just power football as Young carrying players with him.
And he will trot off the field again. Imperial leads Southwest 7-0. That is a first quarter score.
And they did give the first down to Brawley, Carroll, on that play after they eyeballed it.
First and 10, and it is Carranza. And the ball's loose again, and the Spartans pick it up and running it back across the 30, the 35. And you can't say that's not targeting, John, but it's not called. That was helmet to helmet. Yeah. And that's the same player that targeted Skylar Cook.
Yeah, that's 2 hits he's got tonight, but it's also the 3rd turnover here, the first fumble. And Central now, Brawley had the ball on the 38-yard line and the 41 of Central, these 2 previous drives. Turned it over both times, so obviously they were kept out of the end zone. Did we get a number of who the young man was that picked the ball up?
Yes, we did. Same guy that intercepted a bit earlier.
Oh, Joel Gonzalez-Valdez?
Yes. And now the officials stop play.
They probably need to take a timeout because they weren't ready and Central was going to hike the football.
It is 2:05 to play in the first half. It is 7-7. Brawley and Central.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
First and 10 for the Spartans after the turnover. They have it on their own 35-yard line. Rodriguez.
Brawley jumps offside, so this will give Central a 1st and 5.
That's the third time they have done that, and that is undisciplined, which we are not used to seeing from a Wildcat team.
Unlike Brawley, but as what it does show is after losing 4 straight bell games, these Brawley Wildcats are as tight as a string on a guitar.
1st and 5. Marini goes in motion. Fake it to Sullivan, fire downfield, and in and out of the hands of Torres, the defender, as it goes incomplete.
That time, Rodriguez for the Spartans did not see that Brawley had put their safety back deep. So although it looked like the play was there, Torres was just waiting, and except for slippery hands, he would have made the interception. The ball went right through him.
It is 2nd and 5.
We might see that bubble screen again that Central tried last time on 3rd down.
Sergio Garcia, the freshman, wide on the right side. That's the short side. Marini goes in motion from right to left. Take it to across the middle. It is Marini at the 50, at the 40, and down to the 36-yard line. I'm sorry, Skylar Cook.
So that's why you want to get Skylar Cook in your offense, is he's a very sure catch, and he knows how to run with the football as he turned upfield as soon as he caught it.
Skylar Cook with a nice catch in traffic. Skylar, a junior, is 6'1", 190. He's got good size.
24 yards on that pickup.
Trips on the left side, the wide side. Marini again goes in motion. Play action, looking deep, firing downfield, and...
Yeah, Cook had turned out. He'd run an out pattern as we have a flag right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if this is going to be our first hold of the evening. A lot of time left. Central with 2 timeouts as well.
Holding against the Spartans. So that'll cost them 10. But it'll keep it first down. Spotted on the 46-yard line, 1st and 20 from the 46.
So Central went from a 1st and 5 on the previous play to now a 1st and 20.
Looking, it's in and out of the hands of Garcia. It's incomplete. And hit him in the hands. And again, that's another one of those. He started to turn upfield. Could have been he heard some footsteps.
That's trying to hit the quick out to Rodriguez, or Garcia, excuse me, give him some room to run. 2nd down, clock stops.
2nd and 20. We're tied at 7. It's the bell game. And now there's timeout on the field. The Spartans take timeout. Minute 25 to play. Brawley 7, Central 7.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO Centro.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
Are you looking for some fun Halloween activities? Look no further, for we have the event for you. On October 30th at 7 p.m., Southwest Orchestra Fright Night. This will be a concert filled with spooky and haunted selections for everyone to enjoy. So for the show, join us for an interim petting zoo and a costume contest beginning at 5:30. Tickets are $8 at the Southwest ASB office or at the Southwest Chamber Facebook page, and $10 at the door. We all hope you can come join us at our spectacular event. We are eagerly awaiting your arrival.
2nd and 20 for the Spartans. From the shotgun. Rolling, Rodriguez to the left, looking downfield, fires deep downfield into the end zone. It goes incomplete as he overthrew Marini. I think he was thinking that was Garcia that could run that fast, and Marini's not quite as quick.
Yeah, Marini has good speed. also, as Rodriguez will look at the films, he'll see that he had about a 15-yard wide open field that he could have taken off. Not gotten the first down perhaps, but he certainly would have brought up something better than 3rd and 20.
Let's go back to the Wildcat. Against the Wildcats. Nope. We're going to stick with Damian Rodriguez from the shotgun. Charlie Sullivan right next to him. Trips on the far side, the wide side. Looking downfield. Dump it off the screen, complete to Sullivan. Sullivan across the 40, across the 30. Down, and that will be a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close, but it looks like
it on the 25. That is a first down.
Sullivan, that's that play that they ran before, and this time he was able to pick up all the way out from the 46 down to the 26, a 20-yard gain.
We've got 1 minute to play in the first half. The Spartans with the football, 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 21-yard line.
Clock is moving. Central does have 1 timeout left.
Rodriguez looking downfield, fires downfield. And that, no flag? I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a hard one for Central to take, but they're going to call it incidental contact, I guess. So now that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 35 seconds to go. And Central now, the play clock is going, so they need to recover. Rodriguez getting the call in from the sidelines.
2nd and 10.
Skylar Cook split out wide to the left along with Marini and Garcia, so that's 3 very good receivers on that side of the field.
Looking to that side, looking, firing. It is complete and making a nice move and picking up yardage inside the 10, down to about the 7, Elijah Perez.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a timeout here, as they do, as that was Sergio Garcia on the catch. You can tell that young man when he catches the football just by the way he runs. They've marked it down, Carroll, inside the 10. Looks like they're going to spot it on the 6. Central with their 3rd and final timeout. As we look at the clock, 25 seconds to go.
And with 25 seconds to play in the first half, our score, 7-7.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
And it's high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the KXO YouTube channel. The Spartans have it 1st and goal, spotted on the 7. We're tied. Brawley 7, Central 7. It will be...
Charlie Sullivan is out on the field in the backfield next to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez from the shotgun. Right next to him is Sullivan. Snap back, looking, lofting it into the end zone, and it goes incomplete, a timing pattern, and Marini couldn't get to it. So it'll be 2nd and goal. That took a total of about 4.5 seconds. Let's see what Coach Pena has in store.
Yeah, we'll have all these stats. The rushing for Central, not very impressive, but the passing has been excellent.
With no timeouts, they can't hardly run it. Looking, firing, and that time, that one is called. Garcia was pushed, and the Brawley defender is complaining about the call, but I'm sorry, you can't push an intended receiver.
And will give Central a first down on the 3-yard line, as pass interference is an automatic first down. At least it should be. Well, now they've called it holding, which is the same thing. It still should be an automatic first down. If not, it will be third down.
Spotted on the 3.
Yeah, you have the distance to the goal.
And it is first and goal.
Now they could run it with 17 seconds left and still have time for a pass.
I don't think they can move that quick, John.
Yeah, we'll have to wait. Also, some kind of rollout.
They're showing second down.
So okay, we'll do the down again on the penalty.
Fire into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Marini, the intended receiver.
So what they did, Carroll, is they moved the football on the penalty, played the down again, but did not give them automatic first down.
We've got 14 seconds to play in the first half. It is third and goal from the 3.
Yeah, we'll expect another pass, Carroll, and if we don't have it completed, then we'll probably see a field goal attempt.
We'll wait and see. I don't make those decisions.
Nope.
Timeout on the field. The officials have taken the timeout, and they are discussing. I think they may be discussing what down is it.
Yeah, because of that penalty. Again, defensive hold is automatic first down. It's 5 yards automatic first down. Now, what they're saying is when you're on the 6-yard line, it's first and goal. So that's fine. You repeat it, first and goal from the 3. At least that's the way I understand it, but perhaps I'm wrong.
I think the officials just played rock, paper, scissors to see what the ruling would be.
And so far, we have not seen a change in the third down, although the ref has gone over there to take his position.
And they are still discussing. Imperial leads Southwest 14-0. That is a second quarter score. Our score here is 7-7. Now it is second down, John.
Which is what it should have been.
Yes.
Just took them a down to figure it out, but that's fine. As they like to say, they got the call right.
Why don't they talk to us, John? Second and goal from the 3. Ramirez fires and incomplete. Good coverage.
Central, again, is asking for either a hold or pass interference as the player was draped all over him, but they're not going to get that call.
They looked like pretty decent coverage, John. The third and goal. So reconfiguring the downs has been positive for the Spartans.
Yes, it gives them 2 extra downs. Again, if they don't make it here, they'll have to have a decision whether or not to go for the field goal.
Rodriguez looks over the defense, takes the snap, looks, fires quickly, and it is caught and goes into the end zone. And then the ball comes loose, but it is Sergio Garcia. He had already crossed the goal line when the ball was stripped. So that is a touchdown for the Spartans.
Yeah, once you come across, then you can go ahead and if they pull the ball out, it's not going to matter. Centro getting ready for their PAT.
Miles Rodriguez with the point after attempt. I won't say it's important, but this is important. Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is no good. We've got 6.7 seconds to play in the first half. Our score, Central 13, Brawley 7.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Boucher Road.
It's high school football live on AM 1230 KXO, coming up at halftime. And if we're lucky, and if he's not going to charge me union scale, we'll be talking to Marco Peralta at halftime, John. And we'll we'll see what he thinks. Maybe we'll even find out what he's been doing. The Spartans will kick off with 6.7 seconds to play in the first half. They have a 13-7 lead. Camillo is deep to receive, and with him, Brandon Porras. I'd be surprised if they kick deep. Miles Rodriguez approaches the ball, scoots it right down the middle of the field, takes a big high bounce, and it is fielded at the 23 and downed right there. Heads up play by the Wildcats' Chris Camillo.
Now that's the kind of heads up play that we're used to seeing Brawley play, with the disciplined style, obviously doing exactly what they're coached. And we've got time for at least one long pass downfield, or perhaps they feel that they could pick up these 75 yards with some kind of draw play to Young.
Well, it will. I almost said it will be Young with the football, but Ethan Gutierrez has more yardage this year than does his big running back. Under center is Gutierrez, number 13. And the handoff, it is to Isaiah Young. Isaiah Young is bulldogged and hogtied.
He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage for the first time tonight, and Centro will receive the second half kick.
That's the end of the first half. At the end of one half of football, it is Central 13, Brawley 7.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 Express wash to the $9 Deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 Premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
We are at halftime. The Central Spartans, the Brawley Wildcats, it's the bell game. And at this point, the Central Spartans have a 13-7 lead over the Brawley Wildcats. And with us in the booth this evening, Marco Peralta. And first off, welcome back to a KXO microphone, Marco. And what have you been up to lately?
Well, it feels nice to be back in the KXO microphone. It's been a couple of years since I've been behind the microphone for KXO. It's always a pleasure and honor. But we're here at the Bell game. Definitely a great game so far. And lately, I'm currently living in Phoenix, Arizona as a Spanish Phoenix Suns broadcaster, right now a color commentator and backup play-by-play announcer. Actually, tomorrow, the Suns against the Cavaliers, I'm calling the game play-by-play, so it's going to be a very, very special experience.
In Espanol?
Espanol, yes.
In Espanol?
Correcto.
Okay, so I can go to my my SAP channel and listen to Marco Peralta.
Exactly. If you got Valley Sports Arizona, you find a way how to do it, or even NBA League Pass, look up the Spanish broadcast for Phoenix Suns, and you'll hear my voice tomorrow for the Phoenix Suns and Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. That's That's the world champion Phoenix Suns, is it?
Almost.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't do it like that, boss. Come on now. I did have the fortune of covering the NBA Finals, and it was a surreal experience. It would have been a lot more special if we would have seen the championship in Phoenix, but we'll see what happens this year.
Okay. So, working for the Suns and staying in the field, we love to see that.
Yeah, of course. It's from the day, my days at KXO, Carroll, that it's been a dream of mine. I've just been working on it, and God bless me with the opportunity to be able to, in the Phoenix Suns broadcast, even during college. Last season, I was a pregame, halftime, and postgame show host, and now I got promoted to color commentator, and it's definitely a dream come true, but we have a lot of more ground to cover, and we have more goals set in front of us.
Okay. Well, I told you, Jaime Harin has just retired, and, we might look at that. We'll, and I can, of course, coach you in baseball. So, that would help.
I need an umpire's perspective, as always.
Yes, okay. And you got that, because that was one of the things that impressed me. You came out and worked out with some umpires early on, just to get that perspective, and it's a whole different perspective of a ball game when you're working, the bases are behind the plate. Okay, you've been part of bell games before. What have you seen so far?
This game, it's been a very tight game than other years, as we've seen. Obviously, Central's had a couple of years that they won it straight. Obviously, if they win it this year again, it'll be the 5 straight, if I'm not mistaken. So, seeing how this team is with a lot of new faces, a lot of new players, but the game is still there. The spread offense that we know from Rookie Peña, also how we have the quarterback always in shotgun position, the usual offense that we see from Coach Rookie Peña. It's been a very, very good game from Brawley as well, because they've established a run game. Their run number 23 got hurt. I don't know if he's been back yet, but to be honest with you, Isaiah Young, exactly. So seeing how Brawley has that running game since the first play and how it's so effective, it's what makes this team so dangerous. It's a very, very even game compared to other years, so it's definitely been a very, very entertaining game this year, Carroll.
Well, one of the things that John and I have commented on, it is strange to see Brawley passing.
Yeah.
And they have been doing it effectively. Yeah. But the Spartans with 2 picks.
Yeah. Well, they have 3 turnovers at this moment. One, obviously, Brawley. But the thing is that Central needs to win the game on their turnovers, because they haven't made any points off turnovers. So if they continue that type of defense in the second half and they score points, it could be another win for them this year in the bell game, definitely, for sure.
Okay, Marco, we appreciate the visit, and good luck, and you will stay in touch. I know.
I know that for sure.
And how's Mom and Dad doing?
They're doing really well. Dad's doing good. My mom's still working daycare, and my girlfriend's here with me, Priscilla. It's been a great time being here in the Valley. It's always a nice time to be back, and here with KXO, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Carol and John.
Marco, we appreciate the visit, and send Gene the bill. Send it to me, okay?
The invoice then. Sounds good.
Okay. Anyway, we've got some halftime stats coming up when we continue. It's the bell game. Brawley trails Central 13-7.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thank you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro. Priority registration for Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session begins February 14th.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
John Driffill, what do your numbers show?
We see two different philosophies of football, although Brawley came in with over 1,000 yards passing. We've always known them to be a running team, and it's no different so far in this 78th annual Bell game. Brawley ran the ball from scrimmage 21 times for 150 yards. 4 for 7 was Gutierrez for 33 yards, giving Brawley a total of 183 yards in the first half. 10 first downs, which is an awful lot of first downs, but they did have 3 big turnovers, and when you turn the ball over, it's very difficult to win. The fumble was recovered by the Spartans' Joel Gonzalez Valdez, the senior. He also had one of the 2 interceptions, the other by Skyler, the junior. So Brawley with 183 total yards, that's usually about what they do. This year they've been more even, but 150 rushing to only 33 is not what they've been doing and not what they wanted to. But with those 2 interceptions, we may not see Brawley put the ball up in the air even 7 times this second half. We'll have to wait, of course, to see the adjustments made. But right now, Brawley, all their fans have been crying about, let's throw the football, let's throw the football. They're going to look at the stats, Carroll, and say, you ran it for 150 yards. What are you doing throwing the football? So, you just can't win when you're on the sidelines there when things seem to go against you. We'll be back to take a look at what Centro's done after this.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowser Road.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School.
Welcome back to Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central High School here in El Centro, California. We're in the 78th edition of the Bell game between Central and Brawley. Standing room only crowd as there's people all over the place here. They did not have any walk-up sales today. Everything was pre-sold, but it looks like there are some other people that managed to get in as they are standing all around the field surrounded by the fence, and that's nothing that we haven't seen before. The Bell game, very well attended, which is good for both sides. Brawley, they brought a lot of people down from the north end and their side of the field. A lot of spirit, a lot of emotion coming from them as well. We mentioned Brawley ran for 150 yards, threw for 33 for 183 total yards. Centro ran the ball 10 times from scrimmage for only 8 yards, but Rodriguez was 8 for 15 and a half for 131 yards, giving Central 139 total yards. So it's kind of flip-flop. Central runs for 8 yards. Brawley throws for 33. Brawley runs for 150. Central throws for 131 and 2 touchdowns. Central had 7 first downs. They also had 1 turnover, but that did not match the 3 that Brawley came up with in the first half. We'll be back to look at the individual stats after this.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with a drive-through car wash. And now McNeece Mart has upgraded their car wash. It's state-of-the-art with 3 different washes to choose from the $7 express wash to the $9 deluxe wash to the best of the best $12 premium wash. Also, purchase 8 gallons of fuel and get $1 off your car wash. And get the punch card. Pay for 5 washes, get the 6th one free. Yes, McNeece Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood Road and East Main Street in El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
Are you looking for some fun Halloween activities? Look no further, for we have the event for you. On October 30th at 7 p.m., Southwest Orchestra presents Fright Night. This will be a concert filled with spooky and haunted selections for everyone to enjoy. Before the show, join us for an interim petting zoo and a costume contest beginning at 5:30. Tickets are $8 at the Southwest ASC office or at the Southwest Chamber Facebook page and $10 at the door. We all hope you can come join us at our spectacular event. We are eagerly awaiting your arrival.
And one of the things that we should point out, we were talking about the new STEM building, and as we see the STEM building, we expect within 2 weeks the STEM building will be available, and furnishings are moving in. Sandy Nugent's office is up on the roof, and with a gorgeous view of the field. But, we just heard Southwest with their Fright Night, and Central with the STEM building about ready to open. So a lot of things, a lot of positive things happening, John. What have you got?
Hey, let's go ahead and finish up the stats. We mentioned that Brawley has run for 150 yards and Stone for 33 for 183 at 10 first downs. They do have 3 turnovers, 1 fumble, and 2 interceptions. Centro ran the ball 10 times from scrimmage. That was spread out among 3 ball carriers. And actually, 2 of those 10 carries were sacks, but they still count as rushing attempts. As always, Charlie Sullivan carried the ball the most, 7 times for 13 yards. Charlie did get a touchdown. And we also had Sergio Garcia get 1 carry tackle behind the line of scrimmage for -3 yards. But Sergio also had a touchdown on a pass reception. And Damian Rodriguez was sacked twice for -2 yards. The 8 receptions was spread out among 4 different players. Charlie Sullivan had 1 of them for 20 yards. Sergio Garcia had 3 of them for 61 yards and that touchdown. Also, Skylar Cook had 2 catches for 36 yards in that last second drive to end the second quarter that produced the go-ahead touchdown. That was a big catch by Cook, 2 for 36. And not to be outdone, Gavin Marini had 2 receptions for 14 yards. So all in all, it's been a very hard-fought first half. Central will receive the second half kick. Will that mixed extra point come back? If this game ends up with the Brawley score late in the game and they put the PAT through, then that obviously would give them the advantage or the victory. So will Central come out with other adjustments that they're going to make on offense and defense? We'll just have to wait and see. We'll be back with all of that after this.
Well, John, before we come back, we were talking about the STEM building here and about the Southwest with their Fright Night performance at the Jimmy Cannon Theater. We mentioned the name Jimmy Cannon. We have to mention the name Great Spartan Band, and they have been performing here at halftime. But coming up Tuesday, November 2nd, it's the 23rd Annual Imperial Valley Music Educator Association Halftime Festival. It's not a competition, okay? It's a showcase where the high school bands in the Valley can perform their halftime shows for the other bands, for the other schools, and give a chance to show off what we're doing, see what they're doing, that type of thing. The Brawley Wildcat Band, Hopeville Viking Band, Southwest Eagle Band, Imperial Tiger Band, and Central Spartan Band will all be here. And again, that's Tuesday night, and that will be right here at Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central Union High School.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Balfour Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Centro. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
So coming up, we'll have a second half kickoff. The Spartans will take the kick to start the second half, updating some scores around the Valley for you. Imperial leads Southwest 21-0 at the half, and it is Palo Verde 21, Mountain Empire 7. That's a pretty important game for both of those teams, John. One thing Marco Peralta pointed out, and it is so true, the Spartans, if they're going to take a turnover, have got to capitalize on it. If the other team's going to give you the football, you've got to score. And that is something the Spartans have been able to pick up 2 picks and a fumble, right?
Yes, and they're right now, Carroll, they're going to put 3 more minutes on the clock, so we still have some time. Yeah, Marco's correct. What the turnovers did was they kept Brawley out of the end zone. If you recall, the interceptions were deep in Central territory, as was the fumble. So although Central did not score off of the turnovers, they certainly kept Brawley. And if you take 3 turnovers, if they score even on one of those, Brawley's got the lead. If they score on all 3 of those without turning the ball over, now you're talking about a substantial 28-13 lead. So Marco's point is well taken. We have seen some extra time put on the clock, but for whatever reason, the officials are getting the players out on the field, so we still have about 2:30 to go on the clock. Brawley is huddled on the sideline. Central is waiting to return the kick. Back is the tandem that they always have returned for the Spartans, Arturo Estrada, along with
Elijah Perez.
Yes.
And John, what adjustments are you going to make if you are Brawley?
I'm really not sure, Carroll. They had a tremendous amount of success running the football, and obviously they felt good about passing it. But when you end up with 33 total yards and 2 turnovers on interceptions, you might want to rethink what you said. As I mentioned during the halftime stats, it's obvious when you see we're running the ball 150 yards in the first half. Let's just keep running the football and make Central stop.
And if you're Central,
then they're going to want to do the same thing that they have been doing. They would like to establish a running game, but so far that's been very ineffective.
Short kick. It is fielded at the 27, and it is Garcia across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. Sergio Garcia.
Yep.
With the return, the Spartans will start the second half in excellent field position.
Big hit at the 45, but Garcia bounced right up. That young man is tough. That freshman is making an impact in this game. He's already scored 1 touchdown. Central now, excellent field position. That was Brawley's second kickoff of the night as they kicked off after their initial touchdown.
Spartans come out. Double wide on the right, double wide on the left. Single setback. Marini now goes in motion. And it is the handoff. It is Charlie Sullivan. Charlie Sullivan picks up a couple of yards, and then he is brought down by Jose Valdez,
and I know
a 278-pound senior.
You saw exactly what we've seen all year long. Marini went in motion, then stopped and led through the hole, and Sullivan followed that. And because we could see it appear, Brawley on the field certainly saw it, and there was a great run by Sullivan. That's one of the best 2-yard runs you're going to see.
2nd and 8. Damian Rodriguez from the shotgun. Looking to pass. Looking downfield. Fires. It goes incomplete. He pretty much just threw that away. The pass was intended for Charlie Sullivan.
Carroll, that was a pretty good cat and mouse game. The Wildcats looked like they were going to rush Chris Camillo as he came in, and then on the snap, he actually went with Sullivan out in the pass play, and Rodriguez rolling out to his right. He had assumed that Camillo was going to rush. He was going to lob the ball over him to wide open Sullivan. Didn't turn out that way because Camillo was not fooled.
3rd and 8. Spartans with a 13-7 lead. They have the football to start the second half here. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, firing, and in and out of the hands of Marini. Marini, who had to go high and stretched all the way up and just couldn't bring it in.
Unfortunately for the Spartans, that would have been a first down as the play was there. Cook had gone deep, taking the safety and the cornerback with him, so Marini was open, just didn't complete the pass, so that will be 4th down. Central will punt. They have not had a very good evening punting the football tonight with Charlie Sullivan.
Daniel Camillo, deep to receive. The up back is Gilbert Corrales.
Brawley appears to be ready for the return on this.
This one's a nice high punt. Fair catch called for, muffed, and then there is a flag back behind, and I think somebody's going to get called for a cheap hit.
Yeah, what happened is as soon as the ball was the signal for the fair catch, Central held up, and then as the young man was standing there, the Brawley player came in and just drilled him. So what would have been decent field position on the 25-yard line should push it back, although they're talking about this. So we'll see if they determine to pick up the flag. Best punt of the evening for Sullivan.
Had a little bit of time there. He had been rushed in his earlier punts.
Yeah, not really sure what they could possibly be discussing. If a player calls for a fair catch and you hold up, and while you're standing there, the opposing player comes and drills you, that's the definition of unsportsmanlike and also a personal foul.
So now we've talked with 3 officials. We have to go over and talk to a 4th personal foul against the Wildcats. So from the 25, it'll go back to the 15.
Yeah, it could be, they could put a half the distance because personal foul is a 15-yard penalty.
And it will be back to the 13.
Yeah, they're going to mark it half the distance to the goal.
Spotted on the 13. uncharacteristic of Brawley to make the mistakes. There have been 3 encroachments, and we're not used to seeing that.
I think that's the pressure of having lost the 4 previous bell games that's weighing heavy on the entire Brawley contingent.
1st and 10, Wildcats, they have it on their own 13-yard line.
We have another stoppage as the referees have stopped the clock, although it shouldn't have been running because there's the ball has been turned over to the other team. So now the officials again are huddling up around the football. We'll have a play coming up. As I really am stumped. I have no clue of what they possibly could be discussing. It's a 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal.
Well, what started out as a conversation between two officials is now a conversation with 5 of them. Okay, now we're ready to play. 1st and 10, Wildcats from their own 13-yard line. Young, the single setback, under center, and keeping the football on the option, and turning it upfield is Gutierrez. Gutierrez doesn't go out of bounds, cuts it back in, and then is drilled. And doing the hitting was Jared Martin.
Yeah,
but you would expect Gutierrez to go out of bounds. He doesn't. That's the second time we've seen him.
Yeah, picked up an extra 5 yards, as well as we may have just seen the adjustment Brawley's made. Instead of throwing the football down the field, they're going to let Gutierrez take it with his legs. Read that, whether he's going to give it to Young or to Carranza or take it himself. And that certainly fooled the entire Spartan defense that time as Gutierrez came out with the football.
Again, he's under center, unbalanced line, strong to the left side. Hands off, and this is Young in the middle. Young hit, spins, and twirls down to the 37-yard line. And he is brought down by Jose Vargas. Vargas loses a helmet and has to come off the field.
This is what we saw in Brawley's initial drive to start the game. The first quarter, Carroll, is just run the football right at him and picking up 18 and 6 yards now in 2 carries.
2nd and 4.
And they're now back in the shotgun.
Young, single setback right next to Gutierrez. Now he's right behind Gutierrez. Fake the ball to Young, turn it upfield, and 5 Spartans bury Ethan Gutierrez, who pops up. He's the first one up.
Just like Sergio Garcia was for the Spartans, that time not nearly the amount of success as Gutierrez kept the football. And Centro fooled the first time, not so much that time. Also an knuckle for the Spartans
in there.
And Jared Martin as well, the freshman, getting a lot of playing time as he has all year.
3rd and 2.
Gino Martin's son, Jared.
Isaiah Young, the single setback under center is Gutierrez. Gutierrez this time does hand off to Young, and Young powers down for the first down. On the tackle was Nicolas Jimenez. Wildcats are ready to play. The Spartans have to hurry. And it will be Gutierrez on the option, keeping it, turning it upfield on the far side of the field. He'll go out of bounds. No, he'll stay in bounds. He'll be down after a 5-yard gain. Spotted on the 49-yard line, still in Wildcat territory. Clock continues to run.
So far, this possession for Brawley, the first possession of the third quarter, has been Gutierrez right, Gutierrez left, as he's carried the ball now. Running, they've had 5 run plays, and he's carried 3 of them.
Remember, I told you he was their leading ground gainer and second in the league. Gutierrez looking, dumps it off, and that is a lateral.
Yeah, that will be a run as he was getting all of the Central Spartans, so he just pitched the ball back to a wide open
Daniel Camillo.
picked up a couple yards across midfield down to the 47, so that's a 4-yard pickup, bringing third and about 3.
13-7, the Spartans lead the Wildcats in the 78th rendition of the Bell game. 3rd and 2 from the shotgun. Actually, it's the pistol.
And this is Brawley football one right now, Carroll.
High snap, brings it down, fires it into the flat to Camille. Camille is hit, and there's a flag. There's a flag that came in. I think we're going to have a block in the back.
Yeah, there was also perhaps it could have been a face mask by the Spartans. We'll have to wait as they get this figured out. Very close to the first down, yard to gain. And I believe that looked awfully close to being a backwards pass, but I believe it was right even with the quarterback.
And it is a block in the back against the Wildcats. And again,
there's no need for it.
No, and it's uncharacteristic of a Brawley team to be making these kinds of mistakes.
And because that is a spot foul, it did happen behind the line of scrimmage. They moved it all the way back to the 39-yard line.
It'll be 3rd and 15 with that penalty, costly penalty. Clock runs. We've got 7:19 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and there was no need for the block in the back because there was 2 defensive players over there, only 1 blocker. And pushing the man is not going to keep him from making the tackle.
3 wide on the left side, the wide side of the field.
One of them uncovered, as Central has only put 2 out here. Now 2 of them uncovered.
And they relay that information into Gutierrez. He audibles.
Now Skylar Cook coming up.
And Gutierrez fires. It is complete. And McKay Washington.
And we have a penalty, Carroll, because I think is what we had a Brawley player move forward at the snap. Now, that's how I perceived it. Let's see. It could have been somebody from Central lined up in the neutral zone. But the way Brawley's acting, I believe that the offending player realized he got caught.
McKay Washington with the catch and negated by the penalty.
Yeah, the wideout took off just a split second too soon, which there was no need to, especially since the pass was on the other sides. So it'll play the down again. Another lengthy conversation for a player that moved before the snap. So, well, now they're saying they're putting the football back where the original tackle was. So they've said there was no penalty after that lengthy discussion. They said he didn't take off too soon. He took off right on the snap. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.
It'll be 4th and 1. The ball is spotted on the 47-yard line in Spartan territory. Brandon Young will get the football right up the gut.
Yes, or if they want to do something daring, they'll go ahead and pull it out and see if Gutierrez can take it all the way to the end zone.
Under center is Gutierrez. Gutierrez hands off, and it is Isaiah Young, and it's very close.
We have a fumble, but it looks like they're calling the ball down, so we'll have to wait and see if he got it. It looks like he made the yard to gain, and the ball came out. So they're counting it down. If it's Brawley ball, it'll be a first down.
It is a first down, Brawley.
Brawley up on the line of scrimmage. I have to worry about replay here in high school.
1st and 10, and it is the play fake, and then a big hit as Gutierrez, and now there's pushing and shoving. And again, it's the same player. That's the 3rd time he's been involved in it.
Oh, wow. It looks like they've just thrown Sergio Garcia out of the game. And
he was not the instigator.
No, he came out from the bench, and so that's why they put him out.
He was on the bench.
Which means if Central does make it to the playoffs, he will not be able to play next week. Obviously, we're going to have another lengthy conversation right around where the ball was spotted on the 40-yard line.
And Brawley coach is out on the field. You can't do that, coach. One of the officials just chased them off the field.
He's talking to his quarterback. We've mentioned the stress building up of being 4 straight years of losing the bell game. And right there, it kind of came to a boiling point, and Central had seen enough. And so, unfortunately, the offending player for Central, Sergio Garcia, I believe the motion was definitely thrown out.
Yes, he was thrown out. And
the official still at 40-yard line, 4 of them. The other one is over on the Brawley bench, not involved. And so now we're going to get the call. Now Coach Pena is talking to Coach Jackson. Yeah, and they're pointing. Yeah, so now Pena's coming over to the bench, and he wants to know. Yeah, the young man, the offending player.
He's got to leave the field, and that's what they're doing. They're making sure he's going off the field.
Well, maybe he hasn't been thrown out. He's waving his hands like no. Whatever, their ball hasn't been moved any, so we're going to call it a 6-yard pickup for Gutierrez on the run.
Second and 4. And again, the officials are huddling. This has turned into an officials' game.
Yeah, it looks like Garcia Carroll is getting the uniform back on. So I did judge the motion made by the official that you're out. But I think is what he said was get off the field, get to the bench.
And emotions are running very high
on both sides. So we may see some more action, but if the ball ever gets snapped.
Second and 4. Gutierrez.
And now we have the coach of Brawley out on the field.
And several other Brawley coaches are on the field, and they want to talk. And as I said, it's become an officials' game, and that's unfortunate because these are 2 very good teams.
And once again, Carroll, as you pointed out, the coach is over there talking with Gutierrez, the quarterback, and you're not supposed to be able to do that on these downtimes. Obviously giving him a play. But Gutierrez has been making the choices at the line of scrimmage all night anyway, so that's not going to matter. Now, Coach Pena is out on the field. He wants to know what's going on, what the discussion is. Everybody seems to know except us.
Well, I don't think anybody knows except the officials, and they're still trying to determine what it is.
Yeah, we have 4 Brawley coaches standing on the 50-yard line and 1 Central coach standing on the 40. And now the head official is over talking to Coach Pena.
And Coach Pena is not happy.
Yeah, Brawley's huddling up, but they can't do anything until the officials have blown the ball to be in play.
And now I just saw he is been thrown out of the game.
So he was ejected, then he was reinserted, and now he's been ejected. And here's the call. Personal foul against Central.
And
the ejection is out of the game. So it's unfortunate. We mentioned before that officiating can determine these games, Carroll. And right now it's had a major impact as they're going to move the ball 15 yards closer to the goal line, which is going to put it on the 25.
Okay, Sergio Garcia was wrong. He went out on the field, but it was instigated by a player. That is the 3rd time that we have seen him involved in activity after.
No reprimand was given to that player as well. So now Brawley's got an excellent chance to go in for a tying touchdown and a converted PAT. We'll put them on top.
It is 1st and 10 from the 25. The Spartans, Wildcats have the ball. Ethan Gutierrez takes it, hands it off to Isaiah Young. And this is where the officials really have to step in and keep control of the game.
we would certainly hope that, as that time Young only was able to gain a yard. So we may see that same exact play with Gutierrez keeping it as the entire Central defense collapsed on Young.
2nd and 9 from the 24.
Now Gutierrez is in the pistol.
Isaiah Young right behind him. Fake it to Isaiah Young, and he will keep it.
They dive forward. We'll see how far they give him, because he dove and then slid about another 3 yards. And they're going to give him pretty much that whole entire play. Excellent play by Gutierrez.
It'll be 3rd and 2. The ball on the 17.
And again, that's exactly what Gutierrez did. He dove from the 20-yard line and just slid forward like on a slip and slide. And the referees said he was not down until he stopped sliding, and so you've got 3rd and 2.
4:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Gutierrez from the shotgun.
Centro showing blitz for the first time tonight.
And it is
a run blitz.
Isaiah Young with the football, met by Charlie Sullivan and stopped in his tracks. Also there, Jared Martin with a big hit. Martin's a freshman.
Yes, and right now, Brawley 4th down. Their coach is out on the field again to the 30-yard line.
4th and 2. And they will go for it.
Yeah, absolutely huge play here. Now, Gutierrez, I would expect him to keep the football. He is in the pistol. Let's see if Central sells out on the run, and Brawley can pick up an easy pass completion as well.
4th and 2.
Looks like the blitz is coming again.
Dumps it off. It is complete.
But it's not going to be for a first down.
The pass was complete to Plott, and
it's right on the line. They do give him the first down.
Plott dropped a couple earlier. That one he caught, and it's a big, big play.
He got it by a couple dimples of the football, but that counts.
1st and 10 from the 15.
5 first downs, Carroll, in this drive, as they are now knocking on the door for the go-ahead score if they can convert to PAT.
Under center is Gutierrez. He hands off. No, he doesn't. He keeps it and dumps outside and is pushed down at the 5. And doing the pushing, Damian Nelson.
Yeah, very close to another first down, as it will be just short. They're going to give him 9 yards.
2nd and 1 from the 6.
Up on the center snap is Gutierrez.
2:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. Brawley threatening, and it is Isaiah Young. Isaiah Young will get the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4.
So what that does is sets up now 4 opportunities to get 4 yards. Central with an excellent job of stuffing that, but unfortunately the big first down run by Gutierrez set up an easy 2nd conversion.
Under center is Gutierrez. Right behind him is Young. It is Young, big hole right into the end zone, untouched. Isaiah Young.
Now, Carroll, we will see for the conversion, and the kicking game is important, obviously. So we'll see if Brawley converts this. It will give them their 2nd lead of the game. Their kicker is a senior, George Harrow. Very experienced. He's been kicking since his freshman year.
Point after attempt. Kick from placement. Snap back. Kick up. Kick is good. With 2:04 to play in the 3rd quarter, the score, Brawley 14, Central 13.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees, all credit cards accepted.
It's high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on our KXO YouTube channel. Imperial leads Southwest 28-0, and that's on the KXO website with Mickey Dale and George Grijalva. The kick, another short kick, fair catch called for by Skylar Cook at about the 26-27-yard line. And that is where the Spartans will put the ball in play 1st and 10 after the short kick and the fair catch.
Okay, Central obviously needs to do something to respond. Just a tremendous second half drive by Brawley after throwing the football in the first half. All the times they were trying to complete passes, they only have tried 2 passes, both completed here in the second half.
1st and 10. Cook goes in motion, rolling to his left, firing and in and out of the hands of a Brawley defender as that pass looked like it was thrown to Chris Camille.
Yeah, he had dropped back. It was a little, is what it is they have Sergio Garcia obviously out of the game now, and he's very important because he always takes at least 1, sometimes 2 players with him when he goes deep. And that time, Camillo stayed inside, was able to be right in the passing lane.
2nd and 10. Rodriguez hands off, and it is Charlie Sullivan trying to find a path and can't find one as
Sullivan.
Dan Herrera stops him.
Trying to run Sullivan behind the block of Skylar Cook. And so far this half, a complete turnaround. Damian Rodriguez is 0 for 3, and that was Central's first rushing attempt here in the second half. And I expect to see another patch attempt here, 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. Rodriguez. Back to pass, looking, has time, looking, fires. It's complete to Skylar Cook, and he is hit and dropped after a pickup of about 4. That'll bring up 4th down.
The Central will have to punt this ball away. Unfortunately for the Spartans, the pass was just a little bit behind Cook, so he had to actually stop and turn around to catch it. If he catches that in stride, he has an excellent chance of picking up the 1st down. Sullivan needs to get off a much better kick like he did previously here in the 3rd quarter. Brawley is not rushing. They have gone back, dropped back for the turn.
And that is Daniel Camillo. Deep. High snap, no rush, gets away a booming kick. Camillo calls the fair catch and will take it at the 37-yard line. And the Wildcats will put it in play 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. We've got a score from the border city. Vincent leads Calexico 23-14. The battle for the border.
Vincent had some players that were out previously, and it sounds like they're all back now, giving Calexico some trouble.
It is 1st and 10.
Carroll has reviewed the game. Actually, even in the first half, Brawley has really not been stopped by Central. They're 2 long drives. The other 3 drives are all turnovers. So Brawley has to feel pretty good about themselves. Central has not stopped them tonight. They've stopped themselves.
1st and 10. Brawley leads 14-13 here. And the handoff, it is Isaiah Young. I think we're going to get a healthy dose of Isaiah Young as we head into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we'll expect to see Gutierrez pull that back and take off running. He's been very effective doing that tonight as well.
And I believe that's the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 quarters of play, our score, it is Brawley 14, Central 13.
Priority registration for Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session
Day off
January
right
14th.
by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
In this game, pretty much everything we thought it might be. 2 pretty good teams. And the Wildcats with a 1-point lead right now, and the football.
And we have already pointed out, Carroll, but again, Brawley has to feel very good about their situation here, as Central has not ever stopped them. And so I'm sure that they're very confident they can march down the 60 yards remaining on this drive, put the ball in the end zone, and that will effectively put the game away.
2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Isaiah Young lines up right next to the quarterback, Damian Rodriguez, from the shotgun. Got an H-back in there now. And play action, dump it off. It is complete. And picking up about 5 yards on the catch is Robert Plott. He has been Gutierrez's favorite receiver tonight, John.
And he's only a sophomore, so we'll see him for 2 more bell games after this.
3rd and 2. Spotted on the 45.
So now Central needs to try to bow their necks, see if they can do something to put some pressure as Gutierrez is back. There's a lot of confusion on the Brawley side, but Gutierrez is back in the pistol. That means he's 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And the pistol means the running back is lined up behind him.
Brawley's going to take a timeout here, I believe, as Gutierrez is walking over to the sidelines.
And we'll take the timeout. There is 11-7 to play in the football game. Brawley leads 14-13.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Flavor Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Balfour Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. The ball on their own 45-yard line. We're in the 4th quarter. They lead 14-13. Under center is Gutierrez. Fakes it and then fires it off. Incomplete, as Gutierrez was in the grasp when he threw it. And it goes incomplete, intended for Brandon Forrest, a freshman.
Gutierrez did a great job of getting rid of that football, as he was going to be tackled for about a 6-yard loss. He threw it an attempt to get it completed. Forrest charged after it, but Gutierrez just getting rid of the football was a great job because Brawley knows they're still only a couple yards away. 4th down now, 4th and 2. They're certainly going to go for it.
The ball is on their own 45-yard line, 4th and 2, and they will go for it. Gutsy call.
Yeah, and even though we're just barely into the 4th quarter, this could be a defining call right here.
Under center is Gutierrez. Gutierrez hands off, and it is Isaiah Young. Isaiah Young spins across the 50 to the 45 to the 44-yard line. Picks up the first down. Somehow I knew it was going to be Isaiah Young with the football.
Yeah, that was surprising in that he was able to pick up about 14 yards on what would have been a 4th and 2, so you'd expect the defense to be ready for the run. But Young just hit that hole so quickly. Very reminiscent of all these Brawley backs throughout the years of being able to hit that dive play like that.
Did we mention Vincent leads Calexico 23-14, Imperial over Southwest 28-0. 1st and 10, Brawley. From the Spartan 45-yard line, Spartans need a stop. And the ball's fumbled, and Gutierrez falls on it. And he'll lose about 3 yards on the exchange from center.
Now all the Central faithful are saying, why couldn't that have happened one snap before, which would have turned the ball over, but it didn't. So Brawley playing very well tonight. And if the score ends up with Brawley in favor, they've certainly deserved it the way their team has played.
2nd and 12. The ball is on the 47-yard line of the Spartans. And again, the Spartans need a stop. Gutierrez from the pistol.
Robert Platt in the H-back now, which would tend us to think we're going to have a run. And now we're going to have a Brawley timeout because the play clock was running down.
So we'll take the timeout. 2nd and 12 coming up. We've got 9:25 to play. The Wildcats lead the Spartans 14-13. It's high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO. El Centro, California.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
That's not where you want to burn a timeout, John.
No, but Brawley with the lead, so obviously you don't want to have a mistake where you lose 5 yards or you rush a play and then have something disastrous happen. So Coach Self, obviously the veteran coach, dean of the coaches here in the Valley, excellent call by him and his players now composed and ready to run the play.
2nd and 12, under center, double wing. And it is Isaiah Young into the middle. Isaiah Young will pick up a yard. That's it. It'll bring up 3rd and 11.
A little surprised on that call as
Israel Rascone on the stop.
They had the jet sweep in motion, and they actually handed off behind the jet sweep. And with all of the players for Central flowing to that side, there was just no room for Young to go. Will Brawley pass, Carroll?
3rd and 11, yes.
2 for 4 on the night, on this second half, I should say.
And now flags fly. And instead of 3rd and 11, I think we're going to have 3rd and 16.
Yeah, it looks like we did have, well, we've got 2 flags, but I believe the back judge called delay of game, and they're marching that off.
So 3rd and 16. Ball back in Wildcat territory. And yes, they will pass, John.
That was the same player that did that before that they thought was going to bring back a big play, and ultimately, after a long discussion, did not.
Trips on the right side, the wide side.
Let's see if Brawley runs to the left, and they do.
No, they don't. It is play action. Gutierrez is driven into the ground by Jared Martin. Oh, Lefty would have been so proud of that, John.
Yeah, that's his grandson, Gino's son, as that will bring up 4th down, and we will see Brawley's first punt of the evening.
4th and 20.
That Jared Martin said, fool me once, fine, but you're not going to fool me twice, as they faked the handoff to Isaiah Young, which is Martin's assignment on the night, and he just disregarded that and jumped right on Gutierrez's back. Brawley, once again, they're in danger of getting another delay game, but they're having a hard time getting the right personnel out on the field.
Well, they haven't had the punt yet tonight. And the snap back, the kick, beautiful kick. And Marini will field it at the 21, looking for a block, cuts across field, stops, and tries to turn upfield, stays on his feet, and then goes out of bounds. As Gavin Marini, a little bit of Houdini for Halloween.
Yeah, looked like Gutierrez there, the opposite side of the field, as he was able to pick up an extra 6-7 yards.
Spot it right on the, and there is a flag on the play.
Well, I believe Carroll.
Thank you.
I don't even know what that call is, Carroll. He put both fists together, so I don't know what that call is, but it's going to move the Spartans back at least 10 yards. Nope, 15.
They'll spot it on the 19-yard line.
I'll have to get the officials guide out because that was one signal that I'm not familiar with. I just don't know what it is. So that will put Central now deep in their own territory.
1st and 10. They are without Sergio Garcia. He has been disqualified from the game. Rolling to his right, looking downfield. Rodriguez dumps it off, and that little safety valve complete, and about a 2-yard gain. It was Sullivan with the catch. Spotted on the 20.
Sullivan is out there to block for Rodriguez, and Rodriguez faked one would-be on rusher. And then when he saw another one was ready to get him, he just tossed it out there and it surprised Sullivan. He wasn't ready for it. So by the time he gathered the football, no chance to pick up any big gain.
2nd and 9, actually. Damian Rodriguez from the shotgun puts Marini in motion. Looking, dumps it off. That little bubble screen is complete, and a big hit on Arturo Estrada, and Estrada gets up a little bit slow.
Yeah, Brawley certainly has scouted that play, and they were ready for it. Estrada's first catch of the evening.
And he'll lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10. Estrada stays in. 3rd and 10. It's a big play. We've still got 5:50 to play in this football game.
Central may need to take a timeout, Carroll. They're having a hard time getting the play out. Now they're lined up ready to go.
Dropping back, looking, pumps once, looks. He's hit, gets away, and then is spun down, and it'll be a sack.
Yeah, Charlie Sullivan had broken free. There was absolutely nobody covering him. He broke free at the 30-yard line, but Rodriguez just was not looking downfield.
And we have an injured Wildcat on the field. We'll take a timeout. 5:30 to play in this football game. Brawley leads Central 14-13.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Registration for our Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session begins February 14th.
Charlie Sullivan is standing on the goal line to punt, gets away, nice punt, and it'll bounce at the 45 and be down at the 45 by the Spartans. And it'll be 1st and 10 Brawley when they put it in play.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO Centro.
Wildcats, again, with excellent field position. It is sitting on the Spartan 45-yard line. They have a 1-point lead. If the Spartans need anything right now, they need a turnover. They need a stop. They need a turnover. We mentioned Sergio Garcia was disqualified, running on the field in an altercation that, when he was on the sidelines, immediate disqualification. And it is Isaiah Young. Isaiah Young picks up some very good yardage. Angel Ortiz cuts him off at the knees. It's good for the first down.
Central, Carroll, does not have a first down in this half. Brawley has 8. So I guess you could call that dominance.
1st and 10. Wildcats not in a big hurry.
And Gutierrez went all the way to the sidelines to get the call in. So Brawley, after 4 years of total frustration, looks like they're in a great position here to secure the 78th bell game.
Trips on the left side. That's the wide side. Under center is Gutierrez. And it is Isaiah Young. Isaiah Young will rumble into the end zone.
And Carroll,
the last 5 yards, he was limping.
But what happened there, Carroll, is the same thing that happened 2 years ago on the very first touchdown run.
And Young is down. He is hurt. The last 5 yards, he was limping. Couldn't put any pressure on the right.
They're sticking out his leg now. You know, more importantly for Brawley is their center, Brian Porras, is being helped off the field, and he doesn't have a cramp. But I was going to say this was exactly what happened last year when, on the first play of the game, Isaiah Young was able to run for a touchdown. Skylar Cook blitzed in from the left side. The handoff went to the right side, and there was nobody on that side of the field. So he took it the full 35 yards for the touchdown.
The Wildcats will try the point after. They've just padded that lead. And Young still down in the end zone, so we will
have to wait.
We will wait.
Again, it's a cramp. As I'm not a doctor, but when you put somebody flat and you stretch out his leg by grabbing him by the heel, that indicates that he is cramped up, which he has missed some playing time, so perhaps not a chance with that ankle to stay in good condition on the bikes, etc. So the second time we've seen him cramp up, as 5 of the Brawley coaching staff very concerned right on the field, and 3 more helping with Young in the end zone.
So he will trot off, and the Wildcats will try the point after.
This will give us a chance, Carroll, with the playoff picture. Central, if they end up losing this game, will be 5-5. They're in Division 2, and this is a Division 3 team, Brawley, so that will actually hurt them even more. So it's not official yet that Central will be in the playoffs.
Kick is up, kick is good with 4:20 to play in the football game. It is Brawley 21, Central 13.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef. along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays. So now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
Exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Central. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising High Schools, Central Union High School, and the CUHS Adult School. The Wildcats will kick off.
Let's see if they do that same high pooch kick around the 35-yard line. And they do.
And Marini will field it at the 25, and he is chopped down at about the 28-yard line. The Spartans trail by 8.
That is one score and a 2-point conversion away. But, Carroll, here's a stat that sometimes stats don't really tell you much. This stat may. In the second half, Central has rushed for -8 yards. Brawley has rushed for 132 yards.
Somebody made adjustments at the half, didn't they, John?
Well, Centro's only ran twice from the line of scrimmage, so 2 carries. Brawley, 22 carries.
Rodriguez puts Marini in motion. He's got Sullivan right next to him. Hands off to Sullivan. Sullivan breaks across the 30, struggles out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
First down in the second half for the Spartans. They certainly needed that.
The update from the Border City. They got a barn burner there. Vincent 30, Calexico 28.
That Calexico's coming back. Good team this year by the Bulldogs down there.
1st and 10. Back to pass. Has some time. Fires deep downfield. And it goes incomplete. A little bit overthrown for Skylar Cook.
Yeah, the play was there. Cook had juked his man and had beaten him, but the pass just a little bit too long. Rodriguez was getting some pressure that time. We have not seen Brawley blitz up to this point, Carroll. We may see him start to blitz now, which is something that they do all the time. For whatever reason, they have not done that tonight yet. Central, a little bit slow getting this play called in. They have triple wideouts. Arturo Estrada now is taking the place of Sergio Garcia.
Trying to move people around, and they better hurry to get this off. It is 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Perez goes in motion. Snap back, looking, chased out of the pocket, dumps it off, and throws it away.
Yeah, that time that was a good decision by Rodriguez to get rid of the football as Brawley had everything covered, bringing up 3rd and 10. Whether or not this is going to quell the discussions from the north end about Coach Self, I'm not sure, but certainly he has proved that his philosophy of running the football wins games, and he has won more than 70% of his games as head coach. We'll see. The stats will prove that out as Brawley has dominated this game, time of possession, just by running the football.
3rd and 10. Looking, firing downfield, and it goes incomplete, almost intercepted. And the pass was intended for Arturo Estrada.
A little bit long. It looks like Central's going to go ahead and go for this right here.
With 3:40 to play in the football game, trailing by 8. Yeah, the way Brawley has controlled the football, you pretty much have to.
Right. Central does have all 3 timeouts, but this play here could as well. Let's make that 2 timeouts. Central's going to take a timeout.
We will take the timeout as well. 3:42 to play. It is Brawley 21, Central 13.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yolk Café. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yolk strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yolk Café and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yolk Café on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Well, I suppose it would be a bit of an understatement to say this is a big play. 4th and 10. Spartans, they trail 21-13. They have the ball on their own 39-yard line. They need to pick up 10.
And I would expect them to try to get the ball to Skylar Cook. Let's see if Brawley blitzes. They are not in a blitzing formation, and they do not blitz. They play 8 people back.
Looking downfield, has time, fires way deep and overthrown, intended for Arturo Estrada.
Yeah, Brawley played 8 people back that time, and it proved well for them as Rodriguez, as he has in the second half, let the ball fly and overthrew by about 5 yards.
And I think we could say, unless something really, really strange happens, we're going to see the Wildcats win.
And Central just lost 5 yards on turning the ball back over. They put the ball on the 39-yard line. And
that's where it was, Jen.
Wasn't on the 44?
Nope, 39.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Okay. Vincent leads Calexico 30-28. That's a fourth quarter score. Last score we had Imperial shutting out Southwest 28-0. Here, 21-13. The Wildcats with the lead and with the football with 3:35 to play in the game.
Yeah, a little bit too early for the victory formation, but we certainly expect Brawley to run it now.
And it is Isaiah Young across the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Isaiah Young.
That will put the capper with the 10th first down for Brawley here in this bell game. 39-yard touchdown run.
And this time, Mr. Young does not cramp up.
And once again, Carroll, I've mentioned it several times, but all the talk the last 4 years from the North End about Coach Self, we need to throw the football, not necessarily, especially, well, at least not tonight. So this will go to reinforce what he's been preaching. I mentioned that he wins more than 70% of his games. So Coach Self, the dean of the coaches here in the Valley.
Carroll puts it up, puts it through. 3:28 to play in the ball game. Brawley 28 and Central 13. It's high school football on AM 1230.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda Burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Still, the Wildcats will kick off again. And
yeah, I'm not sure what the holdup is, but we still have one. The officials, here we go.
This one is a deeper kickoff, and it will go out of bounds.
I'm guessing Central will take it on the 35. We know that they have the three options. They're certainly not going to take it where it went out of bounds, or they could make them kick it off again, and I think Central's just going to take it on the 35.
Okay, fourth quarter score. You ready for this? Calexico leads Vincent in the fourth quarter, 34-30.
Now, this has been the best team Calexico's had in years, and I feel good for John and Vic down there. They've been calling the games for years and years on the radio station down there, and I believe not this year. Who's doing their games this year, or are they off the air?
They're doing some of the Calexico games.
So let's see. We finally figured out we're going to put the ball on the... No, we're going to kick it again. So that was referees, and Brawley felt that it's got to be on the 35, but Central coaching staff said, no, let's make them kick it again. So that's what we're going to do. A little miscommunication there between the officials and the sidelines. So now Central needs to move up to the 45-yard line of Brawley.
The scores around the Valley. Vincent trails Calexico now 34-30 in the fourth quarter. Palo Verde defeated Mountain Empire 34-21. Imperial leads Southwest 28-7. That is a fourth quarter score.
And the only surprise there is that Palo Verde didn't put a bigger number up against Mountain Empire, but they will go into the playoff seeded number one, which means they'll be getting home games.
And, of course, Palo Verde this year in the Desert League.
Yes, next year they will be here in the IVL.
Again. Okay, now we're going to kick off again. And this kickoff will be fielded at the 30 by Marini, and he is hit at the 32. It'll be Spartan football, 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line, following the, kind of an intermediate kick.
Carroll, let's give props to the Brawley coaching staff, as what they've done now in these previous kickoffs. They kick it high and to the sidelines, and they send their fastest player just sprinting down that sideline, and he gets there just a hair after the receiver catches the football, so there's really no chance to get up ahead of steam. Brawley going back in the prevent defense with two players back 30 yards behind the football.
Dump it off, and it is almost intercepted. A screen in the middle, and under pressure, just a three-man rush. But it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Brawley now not worried about the run. Only a three-man rush. A lot of players around that football. But we do see... obviously, with the pressure, etc., Damian Rodriguez now only 3 for 11 here in this half.
2nd and 10. High snap brings it down. Over the middle, it's completed to Cook. Cook at the 45, across the 50 to about the 47-yard line.
Second first down here for the Spartans, picked up by Skylar Cook. He gave a nice stiff arm, and we have, I believe Charlie Sullivan got stung right on the hand, but he's coming back up to the line of scrimmage now. 20-yard pickup on that pitch and catch. Best play here in the second half for the Spartans.
It is 1st and 10 from the 48 in Wildcat territory. Rodriguez rolling to his left, fires incomplete, and intended for Arturo Estrada. You sure missed the speed of Sergio Garcia here, John.
Yes, and what we're seeing, Carroll, is a little bit of a regression on Damian Rodriguez, looking like at the first part of the season where throwing the ball on the run, not really being set, his ball sails, he throws it long. That pass right there was way over the head of the intended receiver. So I'm sure this week, if the Spartans have another game, they'll work on that.
2nd and 10. 3:10 to play in this football game. Back to pass, dumps off a little screen, and it is it caught or is it trapped?
Brawley says it's caught, but both officials say no, that the ball was short hop.
3rd and 10.
Does stop the clock. Once again, that screen, it's open, but the ball is not placed to where the receiver, the running back, Charlie Sullivan, can catch it. Went a little bit too hard, too far.
One of the things on the screen is, yes, you let the defenders come in, but you got to brush them and slow them down just a tick.
Right. And Brawley, although they're not blitzing, they're rushing 3, but then they're sending a guy late as they see the play developed and they decide which side he's coming from.
3rd and 10. Dumped off to Sullivan. Sullivan will get sandwiched at the 42-yard line.
Bring up 4th down. Centro will go for it. 6-yard pickup.
And Sullivan still has issues with his left hand. I don't know how he was able to catch that, as you had pointed out earlier. And they're working on the left hand right now.
Yeah, he's out of the game, which for this 4th down play.
4th and 4. Complete. And Estrada breaks away. He's across the 30, down close to the 25-yard line. Arturo Estrada making something happen. 1st down, spotted right on the 25-yard line.
17-yard pickup for our Estrada, his 2nd catch here in this half.
2 minutes to play in this football game. Brawley leads 28-13. The Central Spartans are moving.
Next year, we may see that same play with Sergio Garcia on the receiving end, Carroll.
And pass broken up.
So we had early contact, but it's not going to get the call, so that will now be 2nd down.
Intended for Skylar Cook, goes incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that time Cook took the hit, then the ball came, wasn't able to secure it. Just a hair early, don't have instant replay. Doesn't matter anyway. Even if you did, you don't change anything in high school. Cook also showing some frustration, which he's been batted around back there tonight. But he, like many of these players, will be back here.
On both sides of the football. They're both very young teams. Rodriguez looking, lofts it into the end zone, and there's a fight for it in the end zone. Who's got it? It's incomplete.
I guess they said he was out of bounds because both players came down with the football. And
Estrada for the Spartans and Gilbert Corrales for the Wildcats.
And that time Estrada actually had beaten his player and the ball was a little bit underthrown.
Well, it was lofted. If we were playing in a dome, it would have hit the ceiling. It is 3rd and 10. We've got 1:41 to play in this football game.
Yeah, with passes, the clock stops on every incomplete.
Rolling to his left, looking, same play. Oh, no, they didn't call that? Oh, my. I mean, he literally just pushed the receiver, and it didn't get called.
And then Isaiah Young came across and had it shot for the interception. The ball did hit him in the hands, but he didn't secure it. So now we could finally have the final Central Spartan snap here in the 78th bell game. 4th down and 10 from the 25, actually the 26.
Damian Rodriguez, a junior, brings him out. Charlie Sullivan is back in. Rodriguez looking, fires, and underthrown, incomplete. And now a flag comes in for a late hit. 4th time that same player has been involved. This time he got called.
Yeah, but also Estrada is down on the field as the hit came in. He had dove back for the football, didn't reach it, was laying there, and then the offending player just really piled into him. And that'll bring another discussion at the 25-yard line as the Central Spartans are attending to Estrada, who's down on about the 4-yard line.
And it will be a 1st down. We know that much. Personal foul against Brawley. And it will be a first down. Estrada is up. And they're already short in the wide receiver position with Garcia being gone. And again, Garcia was tossed, rightfully so. He came from the sidelines onto the field in the middle of a scrum.
All right, and it should be half the distance, so they should put it down on the 13-yard line, which is where they have. So first and 10 from the 13.
Minute 29 to play in the football game. That would be 89 ticks.
Estrada now is on the sidelines. He's going to be finished for the evening. Let's hope that if Centro gets a game, he can play next week. Sergio Garcia will not be able to.
Fires into the end zone, and it goes incomplete. Charlie Sullivan, the intended receiver. Calexico defeated Pinson 34-30. Calexico trailing most of the evening, came on in the fourth quarter, and don't you know, Coach Bilderbeck would be thrilled.
And I believe that's going to put Calexico at 500. I did not check the records today before the game.
And I did not talk to Ed Bilderbeck or Diego Bilderbeck, but Tom Ronco was talking to him, and I know he's listening to us. Into the corner of the end zone, it is Charlie Sullivan, complete for the touchdown.
Yeah, perfect pass and catch by Sullivan, perfect route. His second touchdown here.
So the Spartan faithful at least have something to cheer about at this point.
And they set off the fireworks because they were saving them in case Central won the game, so they're going to shoot them now with this touchdown.
And we will see a point after attempt, and we will see an onside kick. And they will go for two. It is 28-19 at this point. They will go for two. Replacing Estrada is Joel Gonzalez Valdez. We've called his name a couple of times tonight on the defensive side. Now there's timeout Spartans. No, timeout Brawley. Minute 20 to play in the football game. The Central Spartans will try a two-point conversion. They trail 28-19. And, John, this game, for the most part, everything we thought it might be.
Are you looking for some fun Halloween activities? Look no further, for we have the event for you. On October 30th at 7 p.m., Southwest Orchestra presents Fright Night. This will be a concert filled with spooky and haunted selections for everyone to enjoy. So for the show, join us for an instrument petting zoo and a costume contest beginning at 5:30. Tickets are $8 at the Southwest ASB office or at the Southwest Chamber Facebook page and $10 at the door. We all hope you can come join us at our spectacular event. We are eagerly awaiting your arrival.
And we're down to 80 ticks on the clock as the Spartans will go for a two-point conversion here.
And mercifully, Carroll, that was Brawley's third timeout, so they're not going to stop the clock again. Central still has two, and I would assume if they do not recover the onside kick, they're not going to use them.
Sullivan right next to Rodriguez. Who's the snap going to go to?
I'm guessing Rodriguez, as they'll do that quick pass either to Marini or to Skylar Cook on a slant inside.
Snap to Rodriguez, rolling to his right, firing into the end zone, and it is good. The catch by Charlie Sullivan. And that makes it 28-21 with a minute 20 to play and an onside kick. Coming up, exciting things are happening in the Central Union High School District. In-room instruction is underway with all precautions to keep students and staff safe. After-school athletics and activities are happening. Students and teachers are getting the education and interaction they need. And coming soon, the dedication of the brand-new state-of-the-art STEM building on the campus of Central. Exciting times on all campuses. Southwest High School, Desert Oasis, and Phoenix Rising amazing high schools, Central Union High School and the CUHS Adult School.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXOL Centro.
The Spartans lining up for an onside kick. The Wildcats with a hands team. The ball placed on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Brawley has 10 players within 15 yards of the football. They've got 5 right up on the 50, and then they have 5 more on the 45.
Isaiah Young is the deep back. And do you try and put it right behind those 10 lined up there? The kick is away, and it is caught. And on the fly, staying on his feet and carrying the ball down to the 20-yard line.
Well, we got a lot of pushing and shoving, and I'm not sure what that's all about.
Miguel Ramirez caught it and took it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we might get an unsportsmanlike on this, as we had a lot of pushing and shoving after the play.
And they are bringing the football back to midfield, and I'm not sure.
I didn't see a flag on the kick. So, yeah, they just brought the football back to talk to the official about what's going on. Yeah, Brawley was pushing and shoving the player that tackled the return man for Brawley, and that was Robert Platt. And there's no need for that. And then they all jumped up and were taunting Central. So I do not see a flag. We may just put the football down and let Brawley go in the victory formation. And that's exactly what we're going to do, as the ball's on the 20-yard line.
It will be 1st and 10, Brawley, on the Spartan 20-yard line. No, they don't show a victory formation. They show a spread formation. Isaiah Young, the single setback. And it is Gutierrez keeping it. He was down.
But he got back up and they tackled him again. So now Central is stopping the clock with their second timeout.
You know, the problem, you've got the 7-point lead. Brawley would love to put a couple more points up on the board and make a point, but without the victory formation, you run a real risk of a fumble.
And Central did take their timeout. They have one more. So Brawley doesn't need to score, obviously, to put the game away. All they need is a first down. But let's say, this play goes and Central uses their third timeout. Brawley can then burn another 40 seconds off the clock. And on whatever they want to do on 4th down, it could end up Central, if they did get the ball back, would have no timeouts, a long ways to go, as the ball right now is on the 23-yard line of Central, and very few seconds left.
Imperial has defeated Southwest 28-7. That, again, is a final. And, again, the Wildcats come out in a spread formation. Isaiah Young, the single setback. Isaiah Young with the football. And he'll pick up about 3 yards.
Both hands wrapped firmly around the football as Central takes their final timeout.
And the final, Imperial defeats Southwest 28-7. Calexico has defeated Vincent 34-30. Palo Verde over Mountain Empire 34-21. Those are all finals. And we are a minute 5 away from making this final, unless Brawley should turn over the football and Central able to score.
The Central cannot stop the clock again. Does Brawley throw the football down here, Carroll?
No. They don't want to stop the clock. And as I said, I know they want to emphasize the win with another score. And now it's 3rd and 9, which means, okay, we've got to get a first down.
Yeah, the ball's
to run the clock out.
Yeah, the ball's sitting on the 19-yard line. They do have the option of a field goal attempt. It'd be about a 36-yarder from where it is right now.
Wide right. Doubles out there. Everybody else in tight.
Veer formation, Carroll. First time we've seen it tonight.
Gutierrez under center. Gutierrez will hand. No, he will. Yes, he will hand off to Isaiah Young, and Isaiah Young will carry it down to the 15, and the clock continues to run, much to the chagrin of the Spartan faithful.
And that will bring up fourth and about 6, long 6, short 7.
As we're down to 40 seconds to play.
Yeah, they can run about another 20 seconds off, but they will have to snap the ball. They do not have any timeouts.
So it is 4th down. And about 6. Unbalanced to the right. Young, the only setback. Long count. Run as much as you can off the clock. Fake it to Young. Keep the football. Get the first down. And a little bit of shake and bake. Get it into the end zone for the score.
Excellent run by Gutierrez, as he has done all night.
So Gutierrez takes it in. That is why he is the Wildcats' leading rusher. Five seconds to play in this football game.
That means we will have to have a kickoff. Would have been nice to see Gutierrez just go down, Carroll, after he got the first down. But in the emotions, and we mentioned several times tonight, the frustration built up over 4 years of losing. So Brawley wants, as you said, put a cap or put that extra touchdown on the board.
Snap back, kick up, kick is through, no good. Kick is no good, 5.3 seconds to play. It is Brawley 34, Central 21.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The Town Pump is now open at their original location in Westmoreland, serving you the same quality steaks and brand beef, along with excellent service. They are open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., closed Sundays and Mondays, so now you can come back to the original location of Town Pump in Westmoreland for all your favorite entrees. All credit cards accepted.
And the Wildcats will have to kick off, and it'll be kind of interesting to see what type of a kickoff they want to do. The Spartans.
I certainly think, Carroll, they're going to kick the same one they have all night. They're going to try to put it up in the air on the sidelines. There it goes, and now their gunner's running down the field unblocked.
And it'll be Marini picking it up at the 25, cuts across the 30 to the 40, across midfield, and caught from behind.
And that should finish the game.
And that will be it. Marini with an excellent return, but too little too late. And the game is over. Our final score, it is Brawley 34, the Central Spartans 21.
Priority registration for Imperial Valley College Winter and Spring 2022 intersession begins November 8th. We are providing an amazing opportunity for students to attend Imperial Valley College for free. All you need to do is apply to IVC if you haven't in the last 2 semesters, apply for financial aid, and register for classes. In addition, if you plan on attending IVC full-time, you will receive $800 to assist in the cost of educational-related expenses. If you're attending part-time, you will receive $250. Research the classes you want to take next. 2022 winter schedule is now available. Winter session begins January 3rd. Spring session begins February 14th.
The CB Stop in Calexico is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and flavor lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Balfour Road.
Hacienda Snack Bar has been around for a long time, serving breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday, serving your favorite breakfast burritos to the Hacienda burger. And when it comes to catering, they do it right with good hot food. They can put a meal together to fit your budget for any size party, big or small. Stop by Hacienda Snack Bar at 941 K Street in Brawley. Talk to Mario and let him cater your next event, or call 760-344-5542. That's 344-5542.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Well, the 78th rendition of the Bell game rivalry ends with a 34-21 Brawley victory, and the Wildcats will take the Bell to Brawley. Well, I believe it's more of a formal ceremony where a presentation is made at a school assembly where the Bell is ceremoniously handed over to the winning team. So that will take place at a time and a place to be announced later. It was pretty much what we had anticipated. We had anticipated a good football game. We had a good football game, pretty much even in the first half, second half. As we have seen happen several times this year, the Spartans unable to adjust as much as needed in the second half. And most notably, we saw that happen in Palm Desert when the Spartans played the Aztecs even and then just lost it in the second half. The numbers, John, what do we have?
Well, the most important scoreboard shows Brawley, after 4 years of frustration and losses, have regained the victory bell as they beat Central 34-21. Brawley ran the ball from scrimmage 48 times for 341 yards, 27 times for 191 in the second half. 6 for 11 was Gutierrez for 49 yards, giving Brawley 390 total yards, 21 first downs. What stopped Brawley in the first half was themselves, as they had one fumble recovered by the Spartans' Joel Gonzalez-Valdez, and 2 interceptions, one by the same Joel Gonzalez-Valdez and the other by Skylar Cook. Central ran the ball a total of 13 times for 16 yards from scrimmage. 14 for 36 was Damian Rodriguez on the night for 178, giving Central 194 yards. 12 first downs. Central did have one turnover on the fumble in the first half. Individually, rushing the football, Charlie Sullivan had 9 carries for 29 yards. He had 1 touchdown running, 1 touchdown receiving. Also getting a carry in the first half was Sergio Garcia for a negative 3 yards, and Damian Rodriguez had 3 sacks for a negative 10 yards. The 14 completions were spread out among 5 different players. Charlie Sullivan had 3 catches for 27 yards. Sergio Garcia had 3 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown. Skylar Cook had 4 catches for 60 yards. Gavin Marini had 2 catches for 14 yards. And in the second half, Arturo Estrada had 2 catches for 16 yards. So Brawley takes the bell in the 78th edition. They will be on into the playoffs in Division 3. Whether or not they have a home game, that will be determined, as they only seat 12 teams now. We do look at Central. As we mentioned, their 5-5 record may not be enough to get them in the playoffs. They were in 10th seed as of tonight. It'll depend upon what happened with the other teams directly behind them, as Central loses this game to a Division 3 team, so that gives added points away from Central. And if they fall to the 13th spot, they will not have a home game, or not a home game, will not have a playoff game, which will be played in San Diego. We'll find out all of that tomorrow when they have the seeding meetings. Actually, we'll know by tonight, because it's all done by the computer metrics for the power rankings. What they say, those are the teams that go to the playoffs. And right now, again, without knowing what's happened in San Diego, it is tenuous until we find out Central's 5-5 record, if it is enough to get them in the playoffs.
Well, John, the game pretty much even first half. Second half, again, Brawley dominated. And one of the things, the adjustments, the Wildcats didn't pass in the second half. Didn't have to. And
didn't turn it over either. That was the big stat.
That was the big stat. The Spartans, young. The Wildcats, perhaps even younger, which means this rivalry, which has been around for 78 years. The high school, the Bell game, arrived 78. The two schools for 100 years. So, it will continue, and there'll be some memories on both sides of the football. We don't know where we will be or if we will be anywhere next week. We will know tomorrow, and we will let you know. I do want to remind you, the 23rd Annual Imperial Valley Music Educator Halftime Festival is Tuesday, 6 p.m., right here. And it's a great event. If you have never been to one, you should be here and watch as the local high school bands perform their halftime shows. Other scores: Imperial defeated Southwest 28-7. Calexico came from behind and beat Vincent 34-30. They've got bragging rights in the border city. It was Palo Verde 34, Mountain Empire 21. Palo Verde will be a number one seed in the Division 5 San Diego Section CIF playoffs. Our game tonight brought to you by the CB Stop in Brawley. CB Stop, I'm sorry. It's in Calexico. That's where it's always been. That's where it belongs. The CB Stop in Calexico. By the Hacienda Snack Bar, they are in Brawley. By Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, your Imperial Valley Allstate agent. McNeece Mart at Main and Dogwood in El Centro. By the Central Union High School District. By the Broken Yolk Café. Imperial Valley College, don't forget registration for winter and spring coming up. Stan's Auto Body. And by the Town Pump back in Westmoreland. For Kurt Hoffman with technical assistance, our producer engineer in the studios, Gabe Lemus, John Driffill, the statistician in color commentary. I'm Carroll Buckley. Thank you for listening. Our final score again, Brawley with the bell and a 34-21 win over the Central Spartans.
The Imperial Valley best oldies on the radio.